Okay, we're live.
Okay.
But yeah, we're trying to. We got like some kind of mix up with the computer here. We got all the wrong pictures. Trying to get it straightened out.
Go ahead. You could talk.
I don't know what to say. Kim's trying to straighten out the mess I made.
You did make a little bit of a mess.
I picked out. There's this little window that has some things I got to select. When I picked it up, it went and it went like half screen, and I couldn't undo it. I didn't know how to undo it. And oh, that's up there. Well, that's kind of unusual, but it's there. But then we don't have the other window up there that we have. That window. Nope.
I'm working on it here.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't even believe this. You got to pay attention to us doing this so you know what we're doing. No, don't do that. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of how it used to look, except that other thing was down there.
Yeah, don't move the windows and we'll be
Okay,
okay.
just pop that up there straight all the way up.
There, all right, hi everybody.
Yeah, but now this thing's
we're
up
live.
Here.
I will get rid of it.
And our other thing isn't there that I always look at. I can just click back and forth. Okay, good. I can just toggle that. That'll work.
Okay.
Man.
We have, I have organized the studio, organized the desk. What do you think of the desk organization?
Oh, I can get to the mouse and everything. It's good. Mexican Spec earlier goes, what do you need to get stuff on the desk? So much crap gets on this because you pile tools and stuff and stuff and stuff. And pretty soon the mouse is right there. It won't move. Because
you move the mouse and stuff falls off the edge. It was like that.
It is terrible. So she's made it so I can move the mouse around again and everything. So let's see, Kim. We have already babbled on while
for 5 minutes.
9 o'clock. Lester LeSabre first.
You get 4 points, Lester. Thanks for being here.
Inspector Bruce, Mexican Spec, Tavo, Buddy Carafano, Braden.
And
those are the on the hours.
All right, everybody who was on the hour, who hasn't already been awarded points, Mark Sauvé and Johnny C. And we already said Buddy Carafano. All y'all get 3 points.
Oh, y'all. Yeah. Not one in Texas. All y'all.
All y'all. We're in South. I can say all y'all, right?
Oh, yeah, that's sort of Texas.
Any flat surface becomes a catch-all. You better believe it. And we are so deficient in shelf space because we hoard everything.
But you know what? You know what's good about hoarding stuff? When you need stuff, we just go get it because it's already on the shelf.
It is the
I want to say something Mexican Spec because I'm going to talk about this for a second. I expect Louis is fine, or Luis is fine, and I think we all are aware of what the events of the day or last night or whenever it was, and it'll be interesting. But I don't really want to get into a big old discussion about it here, and because we talk about cars, politics, and what. Not just politics. I mean, once every few years we can vote, but other than that, it's completely out of our control. It's like 50 pay grades above us, so we watch what happens.
It is out of our pay grade.
So what we can control is how the back of this Utte's going to look.
There are a whole lot of things that go on in the world that I do not approve of, that I am powerless over. Okay. I know people are going to want to talk about it, but it can't become like a big.
So, yeah, he says, well, Braden, that's the end of the discussion there. And Mexican Spec says, yeah, we know where Luis lives. But you live in a place where there's bad stuff and you get through it every day. And they didn't get anybody else, so, yeah. So, let's see. 2 hours from here, and my son lives there, so it does worry me. Yeah, you live in one of those places that's.
I mean, I am
kind of rough.
I worry too. People could show up my door and apprehend me for existing.
Yeah,
but they probably won't.
So let's see here. I like yellow or white. Color doesn't matter. What is that about? Don't know.
And it does affect us.
Buddy Carafano, I have so much stuff I can never find what I'm looking for. We have that problem too.
That is the curse of being a creative person, right? every little doodad and bidbob, we're like, oh, this could be useful. We should squirrel this away for future. So we put it somewhere, and then when we need it, we can't find it, but we know we have it.
Oh, and Tavo's
we
here.
can never throw anything away.
I want to ask Tavo something. Kim, can you get up so we can see this?
That is true. No point in worrying about the things we can't control.
And the Dougster's here. Okay, don't go now.
I've got the camera set up so we can move.
No,
I made it so it doesn't fall
you're
over. So
sitting right where I want to show, and the camera was fine. You can come back in a second. Tavo.
No. I'll let you see.
Tavo, you see how this tailgate's made out of a deck lid, so it has what I would call a high spot. It's like a point that comes out like this. It comes out like this. So we're having a little trouble trying to make hinges and have that not hit the bumper. Can you send me a picture kind of looking across your tailgate so I can see how much of a... Now you can't see me.
See, I'll bet his bumper and his tailgate are shaped.
I bet his tailgate is almost flat, but I'm not sure. So I would like to see how much of a curve is in that tailgate because...
Dennis says his cat Frank likes mustaches. That's funny. I like it.
Man, we had a black and white cat show up on our porch tonight, and I went out there with some cat food. He came right up to me, or she smelled it, and I thought, oh, that cat's going to eat that food. And we got another cat because people dump strays out here. Or dump cats and they become strays. But it left, so I don't know. Maybe it's some neighbor's cat. I've just never seen it around before.
Potato to you, Mr. Dougster. Welcome in.
And
everyone applause for the Dougster's arrival.
Did Leanburn show up? Somebody's saying something to Leanburn.
I don't know. He'll be here.
I don't see him. Where did I mess up? You know what we got? You know what we got? We got Top Chat. He probably can't see him.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah, there he is. I got rid of Top Chat. Went to Live Chat. Leanburn popped right in.
Sorry, guys. I got the chat wrong this time.
Well, we were in kind of a hurry at the end.
I moved the car all around so we'd have lots of room to work. I've got the camera 2 set up, I think.
Faith said we just made her laugh.
Yeah. We strive to make people laugh.
What vegetable are we cooking or growing? Man, I cooked a potato in a hurry, which I'm not really supposed to eat that much carbs, but I had to eat before I came up here, and I didn't cook it long enough, so it was a little hard in places. It was kind of a undercooked potato, but I ate it, put some butter and salt on it, and woofed it down, and go through the shower. And Kim already had this all set up, so I didn't have to be up here early. And
I know.
I got up here at 3 minutes till.
I did you a solid.
Oh yeah, she got this place straightened out, man. It's pretty nice. Oh, Luis is here. How you doing?
Glad you made it, Luis. Okay. Grab camera 2. You can see the whole car.
Camera 2. Oh, let's see. Now I gotta find. I gotta toggle here.
Okay.
And then I want to get that back down where it was. Dual cam. There it is. Okay, you can see what we're doing.
There is our junker.
It's really dark over there, Kim. What's going on?
Well,
it's usually not that dark.
I might be able to make some adjustments on.
The dual cam doesn't work well because they can't see me. Okay, there.
Oh, yeah. I had it a little bit adjusted. I think that's probably a good angle.
So Luis seems okay because he's already talking about movies.
I'm glad to hear it, Luis. That's excellent. He is unaffected.
So Mex asking him in Spanish so he doesn't upset me. That's okay to ask if somebody's okay.
Yeah,
but I don't want to get deep into the politics of this thing. We're all kind of we're all little people. We don't make these decisions. We're not involved in this. We're just sort of, I guess it's going to be interesting to watch, I guess.
The point is not to ignore the existence of world events. The point is to not get into...
We can't do anything about it here. The only thing we can do about it here is get in a big old argument, and then everybody gets mad. And that doesn't help anybody.
There will be
times.
He's fine.
Okay. He says he's fine.
There will be times when we have to discuss outside things, but in general...
I don't know what muy guapo. I don't know what guapo means.
Ugly?
No. Tavo, the magic is in the position of the pivot on it. It is, but yeah, I just want to see what yours looks like going across. I've got all the pictures of your hinges that you sent me, which is wonderful. But when we try to do that,
it's not the same.
It's not the same, and
the shape of his fenders and stuff are different.
I think it's going to hit the.
Is that too hot? Let me know if it's too hot.
Braden, we're going to end the conversation about that. I already said that. Okay, we can watch it in the news, but we're not going to talk about it here. Everybody's okay. That's the main thing.
It's not a major discussion point for the evening.
Okay. Yeah. That is way too hot.
Too hot. Okay.
It's like burning my back. Kim brought this really effective heater over here. Not defective.
I don't want you to get cold.
Effective.
It's chilly still. You can put it back to the main camera. I just wanted to make sure this was on.
Faith wants to know what your favorite TV show is. Have we watched TV lately?
I don't watch much TV.
I don't watch TV either. You know what? The last time, I'll tell you what my favorite TV show was during 2025. I had my TV on once. I might have turned it on a couple of times to make sure it worked. But I turned it on once, and I watched the Indy 500. Watched the big old race. And I turned it off. Oh, what was that noise? Oh, these water bottles are getting hot and they're crackling. Okay. Tawa, it does have a smooth curve to it. High spot in the middle. Pretty much the same as my sedan's deck lid. Oh, that's interesting.
Is your bumper lower?
Kim wants to lower the bumper, and I kind of don't want to do that.
I didn't say I want to lower the bumper. I said it was a possibility.
Luis says he watches TV every day. You know, maybe in Venezuela, the TV's more interesting than here. You may have an advantage there. Let's see. Braden says, Popeye, Flintstones, Jetsons, Looney Tunes, Bugs Bunny. Is that stuff on TV? Oh, like, I guess there's channels that have that stuff. I used to watch the Jetsons and the Flintstones when I was a kid. That was good stuff. It's like you could V-notch the bumper.
If I were smarter, I could design a hinge, but it's just not. It's making my brain hurt.
We're talking about making a hinge that, as the tailgate comes back, it lifts up a little bit and goes back, so it clears the bumper. But I have designed many articulating things in aircraft where things have to miss things and that kind of stuff. So I could get on CAD and draw it and do it. That's a lot of work.
But it might be
Kim,
what we need to do.
Something's going on. We just went from way yellow to looks normal on this camera.
It's the lighting.
Well, something changed. Oh, did you turn a light on?
Well, I moved over there for a minute. I'm really light.
Oh, there it goes. Yeah, look at that, what it does. It's adjusting. I don't like it adjusting like that. Why? It's never done that before.
It has done that before.
Really? I never noticed it. You watch SpongeBob? No.
SpongeBob.
I know who SpongeBob is.
I have gotten so many advertisements for the new SpongeBob movie.
Oh,
they have advertised and advertised and advertised. It's insane the amount of advertising.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. When I was a kid, they had some afternoon TV show, and it was a guy that hosted the show, and he showed Rocky and Bullwinkle, and he showed, I don't know, some cartoons, Yogi Bear and some other things.
Yogi Bear.
So they also let kids draw pictures and send them in, and he'd show the pictures. So I drew a picture of Bullwinkle. It was I thought it was really good at the time. But he showed my picture on TV. I thought that was so cool. I was probably about third grade then. Kids down the street came up and go, "Hey, we just saw your picture of Bullwinkle," and they were laughing at me.
They didn't do it.
Yes, they didn't do it.
Picture.
They didn't do it. Yeah, they were laughing because I sent in a picture, and it was probably borderline on good. It looked like a third grader drew it.
Yeah, okay.
Who's Sergeant Sacto? Yogi Bear, the movie. Oh, I don't know. Is there a movie? Man, no wonder I'm so uncomfortable. I've got a phone in my pocket.
You're supposed to think.
Got the. Faith says Freaky Friday.
That's the movie with Julia Roberts. No.
Yeah, Mexican Spec, way back in 2025.
Way back in 2025.
Kim, I made a mistake.
What happened?
I told you about it earlier. I left a case of water, the only water we have for the shop.
The only water?
I left it in the trunk of my car down at the shop, or down at the house.
You want to take the tractor up there and get it?
I could. Oh, that's what instead of driving the car up, I'd just take the tractor down there and get it. But did you ever watch Kukla, Fran, and Ollie on the TV back then? I don't even know who those people are. Okay, my era was Rocky and Bullwinkle and Yogi Bear. Who else? Who was the dog, the blue dog? It was black and white then, and I found out he's blue later. And then the Jetsons and the and Flintstones. That was pretty much it. Picnic basket is the way. Oh, picnic. You're right. You're right.
Picnic basket.
Yeah, boo boo. Yeah, that stuff was funny then.
Welcome everybody. I'm Kim.
Quick Draw McGraw.
Of Kim Fixing Things.
Dutch, you got it. The blue dog. Huckleberry Hound. Yes, Huckleberry Hound.
You get 3 points, Dudster.
Rocky and Bullwinkle and Yogi Bear and Boo Boo. Those are the three that were on in the afternoon.
There was also a dog named Droopy, which is correct as well. And Lester LeSabre says Huckleberry Hound. You all get 3 points for giving those right answers.
Now, the other thing I used to watch was they were reruns, but it was Sea Hunt. Mike Nelson down there, he always tell you, always go diving with a partner, and then he always dove by himself. Don't do this; it's dangerous. He do it by himself, and he get in fights underwater and stuff, crazy stuff. So my brother and I just loved watching Sea Hunt. What was the other one? Speed Racer? I didn't even know who Speed Racer was till I was well into adulthood, and I came into some restaurant, and they had pictures of all these cartoon stuff, and I saw that Speed Racer car, and I thought, that thing is beautiful. And then, I don't know, something about the front of that thing I really liked. So I didn't even know what that was till later. In fact, I don't think I've ever watched Speed Racer. I've just looked at the car. Oh, and Popeye the Sailor Man, yeah, of course. I saw Popeye. We'd watch that a little bit. Oh, you know what got me on Popeye? He always eating spinach, to make himself strong. I was a little kid, Mom, I want some spinach. She goes, you're not going to like it. So we're in the store again. I see some spinach. I can't. Mom, please, buy me the spinach. I got to have the spinach, All right. So she buys a can of spinach. Got it. Man, I was ready to eat that like Popeye and get strong and everything. I put that in my mouth. It was like, nothing like canned spinach, That was the first and last time I ate canned spinach. Oh, man. Saturday morning cartoons, yeah. Except Mexican Spec, you were like the next generation after me. I think maybe you were like 10 years or 12 years or something younger than me. So cartoons change over the years. So I don't know.
They do have Popeye branded canned spinach.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It's like spinach is okay, like in a salad or something, but canned spinach did not cut it. It was not what I expected. I expected something really good that was going to make me strong, like Popeye. And what I got was this mushy, terrible.
Mushy.
Hey,
green.
Steve Edwards is here.
I enjoy fresh leaf
Can you
spinach.
ask when my birthday is? Yeah. Now, do I want to answer? Yeah, it's 13th of February. So, Steve Edwards, while you're here today, I got up this morning, I don't know, late in the morning, got my car, drove out in a flat spot in our property where there's no trees or wires or anything around. Because up near the house, when I turn on CB, it's like pretty much noisy. Nothing cleans it up. But I get out there, man, it's quiet. So I was on there, and I was listening to everybody in Nova Scotia all the way down to the southern part of California. And it was pretty good. Of course, Channel 38 was pretty busy. But you get off the main, in fact, some jerk was on 38, just had like music going, distorted music going for over half an hour. What an idiot, But then at least I knew where the propagation was. So I got on some other channels. It was pretty good. Let's see here. Inspector Bruce says, I ate autocorrect. What did he say that was stupid? Yeah, I've um, I've had made some real mistakes because of autocorrect. One really bad one at work one time, and everybody ignored me. So I think maybe it was because I said something really bad that wasn't meant to be bad, but autocorrect made it horrible, and nobody ever said a word to me. So maybe they understood that. And it was a text, so I couldn't retract it.
It was out of context.
It was completely out of
context.
completely out of context. Completely out of
They
context.
knew you.
They probably knew I didn't mean something like that. Okay. You could have one cereal to bring back, discontinue. What would it be? Stax. Stax. Stax.
What?
There was a cereal called Stax.
Really?
It was really good. Oh, and fortified oat flakes. Fortified oat flakes were wonderful, and they were gone. They were in a blue box, and then one day they came back in a brown box. Same thing, really good, and they were around for another couple of years and then gone.
That's weird.
Steve Edwards says, just wondering, 10-4. Okay, Kim, can you, Captain Caveman. I used to have a big old beard, and it was nasty looking. And there was a guy that was where I worked, and he always called me Captain Caveman. I didn't know who that was. And then at some point after that, like some years after that, then we had internet, and I went and I found out who Captain Caveman was. Because there were people who laughed. He'd call me Captain Caveman, and everybody would laugh. I didn't know what the joke was. Oh, man. Oh, Captain Crunch should come back. Did it go away? I thought we still had Captain Crunch.
We have Captain Crunch.
The last time, because I bought our Captain Crunch. And then you could buy the Captain Crunch. It's just the Crunch berries, not the Captain Crunch in there.
Yeah, they call it Oops All Berries.
Oops All Berries, yeah. Oh, I wish I could still eat sweets, man. I'd be eating boxes full of that stuff. Yeah, Captain Crunch was great. See, Mexican Spec, that always cut up the roof of my mouth. Yeah, you got to soften a little bit. Yeah, it's a little rough. But you know what? I like Captain Crunch. Man.
That would cut up the roof.
Wingburn says, best cereal ever was called Waffalos. You had a cowboy that would advertise a cowboy and a horse. Very Western. I don't know about that. I don't even know what that is. Stray Bullet says, I'm not sure that my mother knew the fresh spinach existed when I grew up. I don't mind the canned spinach that much, though it definitely wasn't my favorite canned vegetable. I think if you took canned spinach and put other stuff with it, it'd probably be okay. Like if you cut up bacon or something, or I don't know. It needs something.
Yeah,
Tavo says, I'm done repeating myself. What did I miss? Okay, it's moving kind of fast, Tavo, so I'll scroll back. Tavo, does
Thank
have
you
a
for your
smooth,
patience,
okay,
Tavo.
It does have a smooth curve, high in the middle, pretty much the same as my sedan's deck lid. About a 3/4 inch gap to the bumper. Aussie hinges do lift slightly as it tips. Okay, and I have pictures of those hinges, so I will we'll see what we can do. I'm sorry I didn't see that. I was scrolling by here pretty quickly. Kim.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
No, don't go.
I'm gonna take the tractor, little garden tractor with a trailer behind it. I'm gonna go down and get the case of water and bring it back. You don't want me to go.
No, I was just being sarcastic because you said that 3 times.
Well, yeah, but there was interesting stuff in here.
That's fair.
Okay, I'm trapped.
You're talking about food, so you can't get out that side of the chair?
No, there's stuff here. I could start moving. I could start moving stuff.
You can't spin and get out? Good, because I want that chair.
Well, it's facing that way. You can't get in this chair.
Darn.
Flashlight.
Okay, be careful with that tractor.
15 minutes. I don't have my key with me, so I got to go in the house.
All right. Take your radio.
Oh, where's my radio?
Where's your radio? You don't even have your radio?
Radio.
I'm on a Mexican. Whoa.
Where's your radio?
I have it. I have it right here.
Does it work? No.
It would if you held the key down. You can't even.
Does it work now?
Yeah. Your feeble old fingers can't even push the button. Sorry, that was mean. That was mean to say. I'm sorry. Mexican Spec says frosted tree bark is still tree bark. Yeah. I have to do mental math to figure out a hinge that as soon as it's tips, it starts to lift, but then it doesn't lift anymore, and then it just rotates. And I'm sure there's a way to do that, but my brain is not that smart right today. And I've been doing other things, so like I know I need to do it, and I thought he was going to do it. He's like, I'll just figure it out on CAD. I'm like, okay, but today he was busy. We watched Mexican Specs live. Thank you for entertaining us for several hours, Mexican Spec.
Yeah, I'm back already.
Back?
I need a big lot of paper towels. Seat is a giant part. I don't want the whole.
You could take all these dry old ones.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay. Do you want a bag?
No.
Bag you just stuff them in?
I just need.
You could stuff them in this bag when you're done.
Yeah, seat
wet.
More
wet.
It's
wet. Been a little damp here.
Rain.
Just cold enough not to freeze. Welcome in Barrow's Garage. Guys, if you're not subscribed to Barrow's Garage, he makes cool hot rod content. He knows his stuff. Thanks for being here, Barrows. Cereal City, USA is Battle Creek, Michigan. BC serial killers. A serial killer reference seems wrong, even for a sports ball team. Let's see. Stray Bullet is tempted by the Captain Crunch every time I'm in the cereal out. The problem with Captain Crunch is I kind of like it. You got to be careful about the scrape in the top of your mouth, but it's yummy. But then I got a headache because it's so sugary. I just can't do that to myself anymore. I need to eat things that are like actual nutritious food. Faith is working on quitting drinking.
Okay, I'm back again.
Back from what?
This is the best.
It's not working.
It's not that. That puddle on the seat was a sheet of ice. I guess it's colder than we think it is.
All right. So you're just going to go up and get the car?
I'm going to go get the car and come back.
Okay, or you could just get a bottle of water and come back, and we could do the bottle thing.
Well, hopefully the water isn't frozen.
Well, however you want to take care of it.
Yeah, I'm going to try again.
Whatever.
Barrows, I heard you talk to him on the way out.
Yeah.
He's right on subject. He did a little video on all his junkies saved and how he has steering columns and all these things. Yeah, it's good deal. Good video.
Yeah, he just put out a good video. Barrows did. Make sure you check it. They outlawed plastic bags again in California. Faith, I hope you have good fortune with your drinking. Drinking too much is always a bad thing. Moderation in everything is recommended because trouble. Back to paper. They can't make up their minds. They're trying to save the environment by, with grains of rice. You know what I mean? Like it's trivial. I mean, I don't know. One might be a little better, but it's trivial. And do we need laws about it, or do we just tell people like? And then during the whole COVID thing, they didn't want you to reuse bags because that's like rehandling things, and they didn't want you to use cash because that was rehandling. So you think you're doing the right thing, and then it changes, and I don't know. Do your best. I changes from day to day. Dean says, I bet they could just buy a hinge from Lamborghini. The tailgate can go up. Oh, yeah, of course. That's probably what we'll do is just buy Lamborghini door kit, and it'll go up like this. Yeah. How hard can it be? It's not that hard, Dean, but it takes mental focus. And today I do not have that focus. And it's his job. And he didn't have it either. We were watching Mexican Spec. And then he was fiddling with the thumbnail for the live. And then I finished the video that I've been had in the editing software for the last week or two. I think it's about I think it was like the 20th or 21st of December that we were. Payment is due on the bits. It seems that way. Darn it. We're going to lose the shop. Buff tripped over the wire. He may have driven his car in front of it. I think it's a visual requirement. If you put park a car between the two beams, I think it will break. Barrow says, I'm an old man. The only cereal I eat is Corn Chex with raw honey. Helps with the allergies. I should get some raw honey. We have some, but it's old. I don't know how old honey is still good. Supposedly it lasts a really long time, but I don't want to make myself sick. Buff bumped the router. No. There's actually like a hill between the shop and the house. There's like a high spot, and we're just barely above it. But if you park the van there, I'll bet you we'd get terrible. Josh Homan says Starlink is one possible solution. I don't think we have good fiber internet, especially on Saturday nights. We get this a lot. We really do. And it's just because it's busy. The ingestion servers at YouTube seem to be the problem. Because if I go in the house, the internet is fine. If I do other things on the internet is fine. It's our connection to YouTube, and it is beyond our control. Welcome back, Louise. I know. I'm sorry that we're getting choppy internet. It seems to have even back out. Lean Burn Cordoba says the breakfast of champions is black coffee and a cigarette, not sugar cereals. I thought the breakfast of champions was 10 strips of bacon and a dozen eggs. When I was young, I ate 2 dozen eggs each morning to help me get large. And now that I'm grown, I eat 5 dozen eggs, so I'm roughly the size of a barge. Mexican Spec says Corn Chex here is over $8 per small box. Too much for me. Yeah, it's definitely an extravagance to get a box of cereal. Josh Homan says honey does not go bad. I believe you, but I don't trust. It's not that I don't trust you. It's I don't trust the honey. Honey lasts forever. It just gets crystallized. Well, it is mostly sugar, I guess. Oh, it's a tariff pricing issue. Oh, that's horrible. 100% natural honey is good forever. And they found jars of honey in King Tut's tomb, and it was still edible. Wow. Honey in the pyramids. I know they ate meat of the frozen mammoths that was, I don't know, 10,000 years old or something, more than that. So I guess. Barrow says, I've been looking into Starlink. It's cheaper per month, but a bit of an investment to get started. So the problem with Starlink is the upload speed is not good. So something like streaming, I don't think I think you have to buy like a premium Starlink plan to upload. The download is very workable. Even the cheap monthly thing, if you're just downloading, I think Starlink is probably a good solution if you're going to be like in remote locations. But we're always here. We have fiber internet that is blazing fast. It is 99.5% stable. The upload is almost as fast as the download, and it is scorching fast. Generally, the limiting factor is YouTube does not want us to exchange too many bits. So, somebody says Honda Civic trunk. Possibly look into a Honda Civic sedan trunk hinges. The way they articulate might work for this build. D-Man says, what's up, Kim and Buff? I am here manning the hot seat while he goes and gets the water. We have a case of water, so we have something to drink because there's no spigot out here at all. Ginger Vance, hello, welcome. It's nice to see you here in the chat with us. Thanks for visiting. Says real honey doesn't go bad. My grandfather used to have honeybee nests, hives. In fact, there used to be beehives here, but I guess they had problems. One of the neighbors got stung, and there was a lawsuit, and they decided that it wasn't worth having around and dealing with that.
Yeah, we got sued over some bees.
The ute is kind of honey-colored. Not really. It's more of yellow.
It's a light yellow.
Tan with a tiny tinge of green in it. Do you want your chair back? Go sit, stand by the fire, get warm.
Well, it's warm right here by this fire. This thing.
Mexican Spec asked, who tried the honey from Tucson? I bet it was the guy lowest on the totem pole. No, it had to be the top guy. He got the privilege of testing the honey.
Why are you not letting it scroll?
I'm not letting it scroll?
Yeah, you got the chat frozen.
Do not use a microwave, because I'm trying to keep up to it. Do not use a microwave. Local honey is best for your allergies. That makes sense. Okay.
Oh, this table's clean up too.
I know. I tried to make some table space.
Yeah, we didn't have any tables.
It's an extravagance around here to have any space to do anything.
Every flat surface is full.
I was chased by wasps once. I've been chased by wasps lots of times and stung by them. And little yellow jackets, they're nasty little things. They'll swarm on you.
What are those things we have here? Those brown things they're called. Paper wasps?
We have paper wasps and mud wasps.
I got stung by a paper wasp. Ding! What was that?
I don't know.
Is that a regional brand of water? What is it? It is.
Is it Deer Park?
Deer Park.
Oh, no, that's a national brand. That's right. Honey Badger don't give a shit.
You know why I bought Deer Park? It's the cheapest one in the store.
Okay, good.
They had a store brand. Why's that thing doing that?
I don't know. I'll go see what's going on.
No, it's just like something ding, ding, ding.
I know, something stinging.
And sometimes it does that.
There's some other warning, and
I can never figure out what that warning is.
OneDrive Personal is up to date. And Windows has security actions recommended.
Oh, okay.
It wants to tell us. It beeps to remind us that Windows has security actions recommended. It demands your attention. Please look at my window. I have a pop-up and I need you to know. Hornets are brown. You know the big bumblebees, the big furry ones that that dig holes in your soffit. They chew into carpenter bees. The big ones, those things are territorial and aggressive. When you get close to their place where they live, they will fly at your face. They do it all the time. They fly. They won't sting you unless you actually try and capture them, but they will fly right at your head. They'll knock you off a ladder. Man, I have had my lots of go-rounds with those things because they were living right in the soffit below the back door to my house when I had a house up in Pittsburgh.
Hornets came in AMCs, full range of colors.
That's right. My mother had one. Tavo.
And they came in Hudson's before AMC's. And now didn't still have to start using Hornet for something? The name is.
Faith says one day I want to start my own business by running a daycare from home. That could be a thing. People do that. There's a lot of need for that. There's a lot of rules about it,
though. Oh, this is cold. Guess cold water's okay.
Well, I mean, it was outside. It's going to be cold.
At least it isn't frozen. See, I used to get lit up by hornets often being in grounds and maintenance.
Grounds and maintenance, yeah. And it's your job to manage those things. We had a plant with these big flowers, and the hornets would crawl in there and, be getting the nectar. So I would get the vacuum cleaner, the big barrel vacuum, and just suck them out of there.
How did it go?
Suck them right out of those flowers. I'd get about 10 of them, and that would beat back the hornets for half the season. By fall, though, there'd be a bunch more of them because they also lived over in the barn off yonder. So there was breeding ground over there, and they'd get, too populated. They'd fly over and they'd find they really, really like the pine fascia boards. They dig up in there. They dig up and go sideways. The other thing you could do is stick caulking up in the holes, and they'd get stuck up there. Sometimes they could chew their way out, and sometimes they couldn't.
Shutting this off safe.
Yeah, but the worst thing was swatting at them. That just didn't work. What flavor are you drinking tonight?
Root beer. Dad's root beer.
Dad's root beer brand. Drink water flavor. Here, have your seat. I've been taking care of it.
What's the feedback?
I don't know. We talked about cereal. We talked about...
Yeah, I like the cereal conversation.
One of these days, we're going to have to get people to eat before they come to the stream, so they're not so hungry. Everybody wants to talk about food. Did you guys see what we got done? After the stream, we worked for 2 hours.
Let's put up.
Last week.
I've got to do this the new way now. Put this up. No. This.
There, I'll
okay, I've sort of got it.
I'll aim it over there.
Okay, you got control of the camera. Does anybody want to see the cartoon that led to Carps, the movie? And he put a link. Oh, God, I got the hiccups. Dennis Edwards, I watched the cartoon you posted about cars of the future. Wow, that took me that quick. I remember that so fast.
So there is now. This is welded, tack welded in. Right.
We might be able to see it better with this camera.
It's got a
I'm going to swap cameras again.
Okay.
I think we might. Oh, things are a little different. I can't reach like I could. Oh my God.
It needs finished here because once I gotta bend it into the tailgate. But this is the finished height, the finished rail. I need to shrink a spot right here, but it's rounded the whole way down. It's lifts up, and then this is the finished bed rail height.
The Ute project is going quite swimmingly.
Swimmingly?
What's that mean, Doug?
It's too cold to swim. Swimmingly is a good thing. That's generally considered a.
This thing, I mean, it really changes color. It's some automatic thing going. I don't ever remember that. Huh.
Well, it's auto light balancing. I can probably turn it off, but I cannot do that now.
Okay.
I don't know why it changed.
Why it changed? It's probably an update. And
I don't remember.
Updates take away all your.
Do you need this water to be here in my lab?
No, I need it to be out of the way. I didn't know where to set it. Updates always take all your preferences away. And then you got to go back and fix it all. Let's see here. Johnny C. It was easier relocating rattlesnakes. Oh, I don't like messing with it. We had a guy out on the test site that had moved the rattlesnakes for us. So it's on my community page if you want to look at it later. Okay, good. Thanks. Lee says Ramon, 1959 Chevrolet Impala. He also says Doc. Oh, these are names. 1951 Hudson Hornet.
Oh yeah, I know the Cars movie.
Talo says, yeah, that rail to upsweep looks really good. Yeah, and back here where this thing is, this will curve into the tailgate, so the tailgate will also have this rolled up piece right there on the tailgate, I guess.
Yeah, I've got to make a scallop that comes up right here, and it's going to turn. But now we know what height we need to make the tailgate. So he's going to have to make a form that goes up.
And that's why I really wanted to get the hinges done, so that the tailgate is in a fixed position.
See, I think
when we start making that.
Like a 2-point pivoting tailgate so that it articulates up. I just don't know.
We got to work.
The brain math is eluding me right now because I'm dumb.
Yeah.
A little slow. I haven't figured it out. But we could figure it out. Or you could figure it out, or I'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Well, if I figure it out, Kim will look at it and she'll figure a little bit better way, and she'll do it her way, and it'll probably work. That's how she does things. That's right. Yeah, well, you usually do that. Like last night, we didn't agree on how we were going to do this, and it ended up being, I don't know, it ended up working out.
Sometimes we have to work together to get our heads wrapped around things. This ain't always easy. It's all smoky over here.
It's smoky over there. Why is it smoky? Is the damper too far shut or something?
I think it was too far shut. I saw a little smoke coming out. I didn't realize how much smoke was in here.
Lingburn says, would you ever put a topper on it? See, if you're on the West Coast, you call it a camper shell. I guess some people call it topper. And when you're on the East Coast, you call it a cap. I think that's what you mean. We did talk about that, making one, you know.
That wasn't our original.
We didn't originally think about that, but I could probably make one.
It might be really nice to have, though.
I could make one either out of aluminum or make one out of foam, and then do it like an airplane where you have fiberglass and foam kind of thing. I don't know.
I hate to do that though because I really want to show off the.
Well, right. It's one of those things you can take it on and off, but then you gotta store it somewhere. And it is kind of nice just having a little pickup, you know, which is kind of what I want. Dougster says, yeah, in Michigan you call them toppers. Okay. Smokey and the damper, says Dean. Oh man, yeah, I got cold out there. It's I know it's below freezing because the water on the seat of the tractor froze. I'm wiping it, it's not wiping off. I go, man, it looks like there's still water there, and I wipe again, and then a little piece of ice broke off, and I go, oh, I get it. It's frozen. Patrick says, roar, 714. Roar. What is that? If you build one, Buff and Kim, make it 70 style with the quilted aluminum panels. Quilted?
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to have some kind of press for that.
I mean, that would make it period correct.
I probably like the Airplanes movie. The movie Airplane, with all that silliness, I watched it. It was silly. Mexican spec says, but they're camper shells. Yeah, on the West Coast, they're camper shells. And then somewhere partway across the country, they turn into toppers. And then you get further across the country, and they turn into, what did you call them? Cap. It's cap. Paul. But Julie, good evening. I hear your name pronounced different ways. I hope I don't butcher it too badly. If I am, I don't mean to. Quote, the diamonds in the sheet metal. Yeah, I know what that means. That means you got to buy that sheet metal. I certainly can't press that into the sheet metal either.
No, what we need is a bead roller. Bead roller.
Oh, God, that'd be to make diamonds?
Yeah, well, they're big diamonds. They're like 3 or 4 inch diamonds.
You can do that with steel because it's kind of soft, but that aluminum is.
You can't bead roll diamonds into that?
Not that stuff. You could buy probably some 50-52 or something maybe. That stuff, you try to bead roll it, and, man, that stuff's hard as nails.
I never saw planes. I saw cars.
Yeah. Well, it was much softer aluminum. That stuff that's 2024 T3, which is, or it's 7075. That's probably 2024. 7075 is stronger than mild steel. So it's got to be pretty hard, you know.
I don't think we want to build it out of steel. It'll be.
Oh, no, you don't want to use steel. No, I'm just saying it's a third of the weight of steel, but like 7075 is stronger than mild steel, this stuff the car's made out of, by quite a bit, you know. So, and it's a third the weight, but that's used, you know, that's what you got to do with airplanes. You can't haul steel up in the air, not without a lot of power.
Okay.
I got used to working with aluminum, and I'm pretty good with it, but you can't form it into shapes as easily as you can form like mild steel. Mild steel, if you bend it wrong, you can hammer it back and you can flatten it right back out again. You do that with aluminum, that hard aluminum. You bend it back, it's going to be hardened where you bend it, and then when you bend it back, it's not going to bend in the same place. It's going to bend next to it. You're going to get a little S bend in it. It's just, once you bend it, it's bent. And you hammer on it, it's going to look like, oh yeah, I got cold out there.
What's that? Cold?
Yeah, I put my I put my hands behind my chair so they're getting in the heat. Yeah, Dean Stevenson says compound curves. We do the aluminum car. There aren't going to be many compound curves. If there are any compound curves, I'll do it with fiberglass. But you can't do compound curves with that aluminum. I mean, you can, but you have to get it in O condition and form it and then get it heat treated. I mean, I've done that before, but, you know, that drives the cost for you. Build it out of carbon fiber. Yeah, that shouldn't be too expensive. I do have some carbon fiber around here, but not a lot. You know, I might do some spar caps or something out of it. But, you know, I'm not doing airplanes anymore. I don't need that strength.
Carbon fiber! You need carbon fiber!
Well, see, in carbon fiber, people like it because it looks good. And if you get like a carbon fiber twill and get it laid out perfectly where there's no irregularities, you go like this with the stuff and it all starts looking funny. You got to get it perfect and then do a layup like on a smooth mold and pull it up. It's beautiful, but man, that's not for strength. That's for looking good.
Oh, did I show you what I found?
Crazy expensive, huh? Oh, where was that?
It had fallen over there and got kicked underneath the jack stands.
We were looking for an hour for that last
Remember
night.
when I moved the jack stand? I set it on top of it.
I
know, I'm so mad.
Spruce Goose. Yeah, I've been in that one.
What was that, Howard Hughes?
Howard Hughes airplane. When it was still in Long Beach, I was in it.
You were in that plane! That's a famous plane!
Yeah, but they moved it up to Oregon or somewhere now. I don't know. It's up that way somewhere.
That's super famous!
You know, those engines, those huge, what they call them, like corncob radials. They're like I don't know what they are, how many cylinders they are. Crazy big radial engines.
Yeah.
They're enormous. And I'm sitting in the cockpit of that thing, and I look out, and it's enormous wings, and it looks like these little tiny engines out there, 4 of them on each wing. They look so small. It's no wonder that thing wouldn't, he flew that thing once, got it off the water, had a kind of ground effect flying around, and he goes, that's it, it's done, never going to fly again. What's this Mexican spec says, when carbon fiber gets hot, it melts like a wet blanket.
Does it really?
Plastic carbon fiber does. Carbon fiber, I mean, it's got to get really hot, and it turns to ash.
Yeah, and there's epoxy in it. That doesn't.
Well, the epoxy might melt. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's pretty high temperature. I need you both cameras here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Stray Bullet says wood is the original composite. That's right. Wood is a natural composite. It sure is. It grows that way. Kim, there is so little light over there. I don't know what happened.
This light, this has decided that it wants to be. Here, I'll
we used to have really good light, and I don't know what happened. Something really changed.
Is that better?
No. Look. Can you see it? Can you see over here?
No.
Oh, there. Whatever you did, that did it.
That fixed it?
That fixed it.
There you go.
Oh, it's something with the camera. I thought you needed more light.
Well, I can do it different ways. There's enough light for me to work, though, so.
Leanburn said, did a 72 Valiant use any carbon fiber pieces from the factory? 1972? Let me move this camera because now I'm up.
Yeah, we got a carbon fiber fender.
The only thing I used carbon fiber on was on some unmanned aircraft on the spar caps because we needed the strength. And then there's all different carbon fiber. There's the twill that everybody likes the looks of. Then there's what's called unidirectional, where all the fibers go in the same direction. So they're really good in tension, and they'll fail in compression, which is called fail in column, very easily. So you've got to have some way to stabilize them. But they've got to be in a structure, like in a wing, where they stay stabilized. But the spar caps are the upper part of the spar and the bottom part of the spar. The upper part of the spar is in compression because I'm trying to show this. I gotta switch cameras.
All right.
Okay, because the bottom of the top of the spar is trying to bend up like this. So the spar caps in the top are trying to compress, and the spar caps in the bottom they're in tension. So carbon fiber is really important in those positions. I don't know who even cares about this. Okay, well, back to the dual cam. I'm sorry. Going on and on about some kind of bullshit.
Okay, can you come over here and film for just I don't know, a minute?
Fabric body panels were pretty funny, especially in a rough neighborhood. 338 punks. I don't know what that's about. Those cars have been beyond my pay grade. Aramids are so hard to fix. Aramids are horribly difficult to fix. I have worked with them. Howard Hughes lost his marbles due to syphilis and his extreme OCD plus morphine habit. Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Guys, we're gonna go to the other camera for a minute. I'm gonna do some welding setup, and he's got to record it. So it'll just be 1 minute of recording, and then we'll go back.
Camera sit. That's well. Okay. Oh, you've got a heat sink that thing. That's good.
Well, I need it in there so the battery doesn't fall out.
Okay, so now we're not being shown very well at all.
Well.
Okay, I don't know what we're trying to do here. I'm just trying to look
over
there.
Because you're talking to Chad and I'm getting things set up. So here you go. Now they can see the whole scene. It's a little better.
And I got a camera that's on.
Okay, so do not point it just at my shoes. If you can only see there's a bunch of video that I have. I can only see.
You know what happens? I'm a dumbass. I can't. I look at I'm looking at a camera now, but I'm looking at her and I'm holding the camera, and pretty soon I'm doing this, and she's got pictures of the floor. So I got to remember there's a viewfinder back there. I got to remember to look in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make you some room so you can step back. because you're probably going to have to step back and see the whole seat. But
Yeah.
start by giving a little bit of a close-up on this. Okay, so we welded these rings. They are mild steel. And then I've got this sheet, and I've got it's bent so that it can flex a little bit when the manifold gets hot. So I got a joint to it, and I've got this part that's going to slide down in here, and it's going to weld up here, and that'll allow it to flex even more. But right now, this sticks up too far, the regular manifold, it'll interfere. So I got to cut this down. So
what are we, is that the video?
That's pretty much the whole video. The next step is to cut this down to a
I can show you cut a little bit, but then I'll just turn this off, because nobody wants to watch it.
No, you cut it
Especially with a death wheel. Be careful with that. Don't stand in line with the death wheel. You got to cut those tabs off to get the rest of it, or you may not even be able to.
No, I can. You can stop it. Go ahead and go back.
I'm gonna video this.
Okay, now let's hit the next part. Slide in here. Here, I'll take the camera for a second. This is going to be positioned so that, see the outlet here, instead of being big, it's going to align up to this so that it keeps the flow going good. And then we're going to weld. Cut this flange down and put a bead of weld across the top of it. You'll see that when I'm done. Thank you.
That it?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Is it off? I'm sorry for distracting you from doing your.
No, well, that's what we're here to work and mess around with the chat. And then I'm going to swap back to 2 cameras, I think. Yeah, we can all see. Oh. What is this? I don't know what they're talking about. Dennis Edwards says, chicken pot pie. 3 of my favorite things. Before that, Doug's there. I don't know. I'm trying to read this stuff. If you want, I never had a cross your heart bra. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, okay, we're talking about syphilis and things. I'm moving on. This is Beck said you did. I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know what they're talking about.
What about syphilis? We have the strangest chick.
Luis is saying something about a 70 Mustang Mach 1 for next week. I don't know what that's about. All those exotic cars seem to have tire failure. Usually the right rear. Dean, how do you make these letters?
What letters?
Well, it looks like a Russian L or something. I'm not sure what that is. But I don't think it's a regular font.
I don't see it. I see the check mark squared at Hollywood, but that's all I see. I don't see any of the other ones.
Oh.
Strange.
Oh no, it was before that. Oh, look, they must have got ads because they're saying they got telling about the ads they got.
Okay.
Buddy Carpano got a Subway ad.
Bigfoot.
And Luis got a Wendy's ad.
Well, you get 2 points for your ad. Thanks, everybody.
Stray Bullet says, I didn't watch the whole thing. I've seen various exotics burn. Did you see when Whistling Diesel's Ferrari caught fire? He drove it through the hayfield. I know Ferraris catch on fire. What was it? Didn't Hoovy have one that caught on fire and burned up?
Ferraris catch on fire. That's good stuff. What did I do with my mark? It's in my back pocket. Covered by 3 layers of sweaters.
What is this Mexican spec says? I might be able to have it in 15 days. I missed a big chunk of chat here, so I don't know what they're talking about. I really got lost. Paul Lind. I remember Paul Lind. Square root to the upper, too.
Who's Paul Lind?
Paul Lind was an actor or something. He was on the Hollywood Squares a lot. Yeah, he's gone.
What happened to him?
Anybody got old? Anybody remember Rack's Restaurant? Man, I do remember that name, but I don't think I was ever in one. Oh, Dean Stevenson, that's a pie. Okay, pie. Yeah, that makes sense. Now I understand what that was. Pot pie. Well, you're on kind of pie. Oh, I might be able to have Wendy's in 15 days. I might be going to Chihuahua. Hey, Wendy's is one of the few I cannot eat. Oh, noise. Oh, Alt 227. Okay. It's like me with the degree mark is Alt 0176. I just do it all the time. I had to think about what numbers it was. I'll get to it. I can't talk over the noise. Okay, Wendy's, they taste really good, but something about Wendy's bread gives me heartburn. Like, my esophagus will be like it's on fire. And it took me a while to figure out what it was, but it was the bread. And I don't know, there's something different about that bread. Mexican Spec says, throw a shoe at Kim. Why? The other bread that I can't eat is potato bread. I love that stuff. I can't eat it. Same thing. Sets my esophagus on fire. And that Hawaiian, what's it called? That Hawaiian bread, that sweet bread. Man, that stuff's good. But nope, that give me not quite as bad, but it'll give me heartburn pretty badly. But the Wendy's is the worst, and I don't know why. It took me a while to figure out it was the bread though, because I can eat it without the bread. Mexican Spec says I won't eat the bread. I will eat 3 patties with cheese, fries, and a Frosty. Yeah, so you don't have to worry. I bet I'm the only one that gets that heartburn from that bread. Gene Stevens, it's just like in the, whatever the heck that is, mechanism, most accurate approximation of 3.1415, 3.1415, 9265, and on and on. Man, there was a guy I worked with in Maryland, and he got hired because they asked him what pi was in the interview, and he went out like 150. He sat there in the interview and went out like 150 decimal places, and the guy goes, I can't believe it. He hired him because of that. Yeah, acid reflux, I guess. Oh man, if I eat Wendy's, I'm gonna be taking Gaviscon afterwards.
Yeah,
Right away. Right away. Yeah, King's Hawaiian. That stuff is so good, but can't eat it. I didn't see Josh Holman there. Hey, welcome. I don't know. Was he here when I left? Maybe he was.
Welcome in, Josh.
Straight boat.
Yeah, you know what? I saw Josh say some stuff earlier.
Okay.
How's everybody doing? Thanks everybody for being here on a Saturday night. We're in the shop.
Is it Saturday?
We're working on. Is it?
You know why I said that?
Why?
Because last time it was Thursday and you thought it was
I
Saturday.
got confused. Yeah. All the days run together. We're working on this Valiant. Right now I'm working on turbo manifold, which is kind of really boring, but it's just...
I don't know why you're working on it. It's like off what we're
doing.
doing. This just like takes two people and we got to get around it, and it's like you can't do chat and have two people around that
I don't
thing.
want to work on myself tonight. You left this camera on.
I pushed the button and it went ding, 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 ding. I thought it went off.
That's an idiot. That's the worst.
I shouldn't listen to it. I should look at it.
That is the worst button of any camera.
You almost need pliers to push that button.
Yeah, and
then you gotta hold it for like several seconds before it shuts off. Then it goes deep, 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 and it went deep, 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 but it wasn't off. Man. Hey, Bullet, I eat tacos all the time. I haven't had Wendy's in about 26 years. Craig May says, Sunday Arvo. I don't know what Arvo is. Here in High Key. But the car Fong says, onion rings or fries at the burger. I prefer onion rings. They're both good, but I prefer the onion rings. Dean Stevens says, Ding 3, the worst button. Man, what's the best burger I've had lately? Man, remember we went with my stepmom?
Yeah.
And we had that giant burger in that restaurant?
Was that when we went to the place? It was like a country club?
Yeah, it's a private restaurant, but it's on a country club property. Yeah. I can't think of the name. Oh, Afternoon is Arvo. Okay. I didn't know that. Craig is from New Zealand. Wait a minute.
Sorry.
Australia or New Zealand?
Oh, you're not using this camera anyway.
I flipped it off because you were over here and it didn't make sense to have that like that.
You're absolutely right. It doesn't make any sense to show what I'm doing.
Dougster says double cheeseburger, onion rings, and a large orange drink. Okay. Tell me when you want that camera back on. What's all this? What is all this that Luis is saying? He's like going on and on and on, and I don't know what that's all about.
Don't talk to me about Luis.
No, I'm not talking.
Luis, you're spamming. Don't do that.
What is that?
You're spamming. That's too much. No, do.
I don't know what all that is.
Do not. You're filling up the whole page with words. Don't do it. If Luis doesn't stop, one of the moderators has to
just
time him out.
Clear. Well, don't time out. Just
time him out.
So I can't, because the whole screen becomes all this stuff. I don't know what it is.
That's no good. That just makes the chat roll away. That's
a roost.
No.
Railer. I don't know what is Dean saying. Buddy Carpon says best burger, Five Guys. You know what's wrong with Five Guys? I eat a Five Guys burger. I am so full I can't move, and then I don't want to eat for like a month. You ever had Five Guys burgers? I got the smallest one. It was like
Well, that's their whole thing.
Oh my God. I was working in Maryland and I rarely went anywhere for lunch. I always brought lunch. And what happened was I didn't bring lunch. So I didn't bring lunch and so I went and I got something. And everybody's going to Five Guys. So we went and got stuff and brought it back. And I got the smallest burger there was. And man, I didn't want to work all afternoon. It was good, but it was I should have cut it in half and taken the other half home for dinner.
Exactly. But instead, when you have food on your plate, you eat every bit.
Well, I didn't expect to be that full.
What's her?
Dennis Edwards says America was a better country when we had 5 for $5. What do we have 5 for $5?
Oh, there was all kinds of stuff that was 5 for $5. Arby's had 5 for $5.
I remember in South Dakota, I lived in Brookings, South Dakota, and they had burgers for 15 cents. Hamburgers for 15 cents, and I think cheeseburgers were 20 cents. And I went back there, I don't know, a few years ago, I went back to South Dakota. That same place is still there. They make the burgers. They taste the same, except they're like I think they were like $2.65 or something now. But they tasted the same. And I know they'd gone through several owners, but whatever the secret is, they had it. Oh, Kim's going to weld. Cover your eyes. Sir Bullet says, I remember 49-cent burgers. Arby's roast beef sandwiches were 6 for $5, later 5 for $5, and later yet 4 for $5. I'm surprised how many burgers now are over $10. Yeah. Never thought I'd see a $10 burger. Now they're more than that. Dean Stevens said, I used to get Wheels magazine for 50 cents. I didn't fire a shot. You know what? The first magazines I bought were 35 cents, and then they went up to 50 cents. The first magazine I bought, I was a little kid. I was in second grade, and I bought a Carcraft magazine. I still got that somewhere. But I think it was 50 cents. It might have been 35 cents then. It's either 35 or 50. They were kind of in that transition at that point. But they have the meats until they don't. What's the place with the meat? Arby's. Arby's has a real good Reuben. I stayed in a hotel for a long time out in Yuma, Arizona, and it was kind of out where there were a couple of hotels there, but nothing else. If you drove up that access road to the main road, right on that corner there was an Arby's, so that was the closest place to get food. And I used to go up there and get an Arby's sandwich and bring it back to the hotel. Yeah, Luis, you have Arby's there? Namely, their sliced roast beef sandwiches. Arby's is good on their bread. I ate only the roast beef and was not impressed. Yeah, the Reuben, if you like Reubens, not everybody likes them. You know, they got what is it, corned beef? Pastrami. I think it's corned beef and what is it? Cabbage stuff. Get him what that cabbage you buy. The stuff
I don't know.
it comes in a bag and it's all gushy.
Coleslaw.
No, it's fermented.
Vodka. Potatoes. Butter dish.
Fermented cabbage.
Dennis, I bought gas for $2.14 per gallon 4 days ago up on the main drag. It was the cheapest in town. And the price ranged from $2.14 up to like $2.70 on the other side of town on my drive home. So there's a big variation depending on where you get it.
Craig may get some points here. He didn't spell it right, but he got it. So did Stray Bullet.
Oh, okay, yeah, you
sauerkraut.
guys get 3 points apiece for saying sauerkraut.
Sauerkraut.
That's right. That's what I said.
So you said butter dish.
Well,
and
that's
some
what
other
I
So,
meant.
Dean Stevens says theirs is $5.78 per U.S. gallon in New Zealand. Youch. Dougster, Reuben, corned beef, sauerkraut, Thousand Island dressing on a marble dry bread. Yep, and Arby's makes a darn good one. Or at least I was hungry at the end of the day, so they were really good, Mexican Spec says, I dislike rye bread intensely. Okay. Dean Stevens, French fried taters. Our gas prices have really come down. Or, fuel prices really come down. What'd you say, 214? Kim?
Yeah.
214.
And I was surprised because the other stations were up over 250. So I didn't know why it was so cheap there, but it was.
There's a station out this direction, south of town, and it's more expensive.
No, it was 20 cents more than that. It was $2.71 or $2.79.
So if you're going to buy gas away from town, out here, yeah, you're going to pay more for it.
Yeah.
And there's times I go up there, like the mower gas or something, I'll go up there just because, I'm not going to go out all the way into town to buy, like 3 gallons of gas and save some cents, because by the time you drive there, you spend that much. But if I'm going to get gas in my car, and I'm going to be in town, sure, I'll go to the cheap station. I think Kim left. Yeah, Dougster says Arby's Reuben's a good sandwich. I think it is. Stray Bullet says, I love rye bread. I like rye bread, not just to eat rye bread, but I like it like in a sandwich like that. Dean Simmons said, yeah, a huge amount. Load me travel. You'd like it better if it was $2.14 a gallon. God. Oh, man. Why is it so expensive? They got to import it probably. And they probably put some tax on it. And who knows? Maybe they require some different additives and things. That's why it's so expensive in California, is they've left it up to the counties and the local municipalities how much or what additives. So they've got all these different additive packages all over the state, so they can't make huge amounts and ship it to California. They've got all these small quantities, and of course that drives the price up. And I learned that from somebody that was in the business that told me about it. And of course their tax is a little high, but other states their tax is high too. But so that's the cost in California, cost issue in California. Mike M says, hear about the Swiss ski resort fire. No, I did not. Very good. A gallon of what for $5.78, Dean? I think it's gasoline, or it might be petrol there. And it's $5.78 for a U.S. gallon. So I'm sure he doesn't buy it that way. He did the math and figured it out for us. Buddy Carfani, any full service gas station near you? Are there any full service anymore, Kim?
I don't know of any.
I don't know of any either. Mexican Spec, and he retracted it, so I guess I won't read it. Dean Stevens says, look, Constellation Bar in I don't know how to pronounce that. Montana, Switzerland, huge toll. Oh no. Stray bullet. Another refinery is closing in California next year.
Yeah.
Next spec, we're at 5.22 per gallon. Why is it so expensive? Mexico always had cheap fuel. What happened? Arby's used, I don't know how to pronounce that. Brioche, something, buns. Saldada. Good evening. Whoa, did I pronounce that right? Saldada? 91 octane U.S. grade in all states except California. Yeah, that's right. Full service in New Jersey. And nope, Oregon ended that. I was in Oregon when they ended that. And man, that before they ended it, the attendants were like, "It's this way for safety," and we've had training and all that. And the very next day, they're back there sitting in their booth, smoking their cigarettes and taking money and not take a step toward your car. You think the price came down? Nope. It was all for safety until they didn't have to come out of their little booth. Dennis Edwards, I have a little mini bike, 212 Hemi, ran 1 gallon today for 13 miles, where I pulled over and added a little.
13 miles? That's not so bad. I don't know. That seems, you could probably do
Mohawks here. Good evening.
But those aren't exceptionally. 13 miles to the gas. Oh, no, that's not a 1 gallon tank. That's a tiny.
It's a little tank. Extract says, all gas stations here are full service. It's a nice service. Sounds like you're paying for it. Oh, and you also tipped the person, right? I think Mexican Spec says they tipped the person that puts the gas in their car. I think he was talking about that on that trip that he took everybody on. Oh, and way more, Strebel, and that's what the president's setting a limit. That's the president of Mexico. Wow. Mark Sauvé says we've dropped down to $3.28 per gallon, and that's Canadian dollars, I assume. Very good. It's more like $11 a gallon in New Zealand. $11? New Zealand dollars or U.S. dollars? Oh, New Zealand dollars. Okay. So I think Dean figured that into U.S. dollars so we could compare it straight across. Nope, wrong kind of dollars, Mexican Spec. Yeah, Americans buy New Zealand gas and New Zealand gas pumps in U.S. dollars. Just stretch the hose across. Yeah, that's what you stretch a hose over to New Zealand so they get some cheaper fuel. Who's the guy that's always in? He's a no-name nationals guy. What's his name? Thumper, the sweaty fat guy. Isn't that the guy that makes alcohol?
That is the guy. Yeah.
He makes alcohol and runs everything off alcohol, straight alcohol, straight.
I don't know if he runs everything.
He runs just about everything off of ethanol, that's pretty cool. That's what I always want to do out in Arizona. I want to build a still and use solar power to power the still and just make alcohol out of all my garbage and burn it in an airplane. But I never did that. It's like a big dream I never did. Mark Sauvé says, yes, Canadian dollars. Patrick says, I think it's below $3 a gallon here now. Last I seen was $3.04 a few days ago. Yeah, it was $2.14 here. Kim says she bought gas at $2.14 in town.
Yeah, that was really good.
Gas when I first started driving was 20. I worked at gas station when I was 16 when I first got my license, and it was we sold one grade of gas, premium, which was, I don't know, it's like, then it was like 98 octane, and it was 29.9, just under 30 cents a gallon. And all we had was 3 gas pumps, all of them were premium. That's just the way it was. It was a cheap station. The name brand stations, like along the highway and everything, where they get top dollar, it was 41 cents, 40 cents a gallon, and that was for premium. And the regular was probably 38, something like that. Mohawk says it was 219 here yesterday. Yeah, that's similar to here.
Price.
Yeah, we were at 214 yesterday, or the day before yesterday.
When's the price of oil going to come down? Because the price of gasoline's coming down. But go buy some oil. It's friggin' expensive.
Yeah, why is the oil not coming down? The oil, like for lubricating engines, is not coming down.
It's really slow to respond.
It's really slow to respond. Yeah.
It does not reflect the price of a barrel of oil. It should. It really should, but it doesn't. It never does. It only ever goes up. Look at the price of oil.
Yep.
It'll take 2 years at this price before oil comes down.
When I first started driving, good oil, premium kind of oil, was 60 cents a quart. And now it's, what? 10 bucks.
Trying to charge $5 a quart.
$5 or something. Let's see here. Dean says pump cost is in New Zealand dollars, $2.85. I got to do something here. There, $2.85 for 95 octane, multiply by 3.75, then convert into New Zealand dollars. Okay, and that gets you from liters to gallons, and then do the money conversion. Mohawk says, yeah, Thumper makes his own E85. Does he make E85 or does he run straight alcohol on a lot of things?
I don't know what he runs.
He'll
tell you, though. Check out his channel. Thumper the Sweaty Fat Guy. He's a pretty interesting guy. He did a real long, interesting live with John Wilburn last year or
last year before. He did a thing on it.
And we met him at No Name Nationals. He was really cool. And his car was really amazing. Like, wow, look at that. And
he was Sweaty Thumper.
He wasn't really that fat.
Thumper the Sweaty Fat Guy, but he's lost a lot of weight, so he's not such a fat guy anymore. Yeah. He's just Thumper.
He's just a guy. I don't think he lost his weight. It wasn't that hot, so he was just a guy.
I don't know how much aviation fuel is right now. I haven't been over there to the airport in a while. Aviation fuel comes down and all the other gas comes down, but it's a little slower to do it, but not that much slower. See, Luis says, Tarantula, I never saw this movie yet. It's a horror movie from 1955. Okay. I bet you I've seen that. Mohawk says ethanol. There's some, I don't know. I don't like it being forced upon us, but I think it's fun to work with. I know, like, if you have a flex fuel vehicle here in the U.S., and if you run gasoline on it, like E10, the car will go further than it will on E85, because the E85 it richens it up because there's not as many BTUs in the alcohol. But because of the cost and everything, you work it out, it costs you more to run E85.
Yeah.
And
because you use a lot more.
Because you use more of it.
Yeah.
But I knew a guy that built an airplane with alcohol, and he put a big old tank. It was a 4-seat airplane, but he put a big tank in where the back seat goes. And he and his girlfriend flew it from the east coast of the U.S. to Europe, and then flew it to, I think she was from Italy, and then they flew it from like the coast of France over to Italy, and they did it all on alcohol, straight alcohol.
If your compression ratio and timing and everything are...
Oh, George has got to go. Take care. Good night.
Good night, George. If your compression ratio and your timing and your like fuel injection system is all set up perfectly for E85, it's really good fuel. But if you're building something that's like a dual fuel, or if it doesn't have the design for that, and it's like a gasoline engine, it's just going to drink that E85. So, you know, if you think you're going to use E85 and save money, you're not going to. Although with the subsidy, it looks so cheap. It's like $1.99 or something.
Probably the alcohol is a bit. If there's a fire, it's difficult. Yep, you got to poison it with something so you can
If
see
you're
the flames.
boosting and you throw a rod out the side of the block, you'll get a big invisible fireball that'll burn you right up.
I remember the Formula cars, or like when I was a kid, Indianapolis, they were running alcohol, and they had crashes where they couldn't see the fire. People burned, and they didn't know they were on fire. So now they make them put something in it that it shows. And I don't know what they're running in Indy 500 now. Barry Kuda says olive oil has gotten expensive. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't burn that in our cars. I use a lot of olive oil, and I use used to use the Evo, the extra virgin olive oil, but I'm using the really light olive oil, and I mix it a little with some other salad dressing. Kind of like it, but it's probably better for me. Tarantula after dark. Yeah. Sweet Savage Fire. Oh yes. Was that was all alcohol? Was that all alcohol? When was that, Dean? Was that the one in 1973? I was in basic training in 1973 in the Indy 500. I watched it every year, but 1973 I was in basic training, so I didn't see it. And when I got out of basic training, then I heard about the crash and the fire and everything. But I think that was, what was the guy's name that had the stock block? He had a Chrysler stock block engine. I can't remember who that was. I should know his name. Dean Stevens says, yep, 73. Okay, that was the big crash and the fire when I was in basic training. And it was like a month afterwards before I knew about it. It was at least a month afterwards before I knew about it. And there was somebody running a stock block. I think they called it a Plymouth. It was some kind of a small block Chrysler. And he was involved in that and got killed. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Man, I can't pull up names anymore, especially from that far back. There's lots of movies like that. I have spiders all over my house. I have experience. Not tarantulas, though. No tarantulas there. See, when I lived in California, there were tarantulas all around where we lived, and they used to come down out of the hills sometimes. Buddy Carafano says, I was in diapers in 73. I turned 19 in 73, so I went in, I took the oath for the Air Force, I was 18, but by the time, partway into the year, I was 19. Oh, Dean Stevenson says, lots on 1981 Indianapolis 500 Rick Mears fire. Who was it? Who else was it in 73 got killed? Man, cannot think of that guy's name. Oh, magnesium fire in 55. Of course, I didn't know about that. I was only a year old, but I've read about it, seen it, and everything a lot afterwards. Mexican Spec says they were a popular pet. Those spiders in California. Yeah, some people would keep. I kept a tarantula around for like a few days, and he'd come down into our yard because it was a big hillside. We lived right at the edge, so it's like a big hillside. So I just took him up the hillside somewhere and let him go. I've seen tarantulas in Yuma, Arizona, says Mohawk. Big enough to cover a dinner plate. Yeah, they're big. Stray Bullet says, we have lots of tarantulas here. And Luis says, 55 Le Mans was, yeah, it was a disaster, all right. Yeah, I didn't know about that then, of course, but, you know, I've seen a lot. God, Kim, I'm freezing. Why am I freezing?
Because it's cold.
Can I turn this thing a little bit?
Any way you want, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to hurt it, though, because it turns itself off real easy.
I know.
Oh.
You want me to move it over to the side yet?
I don't know what I want. Why is it? The thermometer isn't going down much, but man.
Well, that thermometer's wrong because that heater's pointed at it, but you're sitting in the cold.
I gotta move closer to it or something.
Here,
I'm freezing.
I'll come over and move. How long have we been out here? Maybe it's just time to be done.
Well, we've been at it for an hour and 42 minutes.
Okay, maybe we can go for a little while longer.
Yeah.
Let me get you some.
Ooh, that is hot. I went from cold to... that's why I didn't want to do that, because something falls and then it shuts off. And something fell and shut off. Dean Stevenson, the pit crew guy. Taryn, 23, killed almost instantly, originally from Mexico. Armando Moreno. Taryn was a resident of Santa Monica, California at the time of his death. Oh, who was the guy that had the stock bought Plymouth in that same race? He got killed. You need a lighter?
Yep. Sorry to bring it closer to the microphone, guys, but he's cold.
I'm freezing, yeah, it's cold.
It's got to sing for me.
I'm singing along with a noisy heater. Oh, yeah, that feels good, Kim.
This metal I have is...
Man, who was that guy? I should know his name. Okay, this is driving me nuts.
You quizzing the chat? Quizzically? Quizzically?
Okay, let's see if that finds it. Of course, AI doesn't tell you shit.
Are you doing a web search?
Yeah, of course.
They don't know it either, huh?
AI doesn't know.
Maybe you should move on. Something that nobody knows.
Maybe I should move on. I thought, no, once I got away from it, Art Pollard. Does anybody remember Art Pollard? What happened to him? When was that? I was thinking that. Does anybody remember this guy? Art Pollard.
Who's he from?
He ran a stock block Chrysler engine in at Indy 500. I thought he got tangled up in that mess in '73, but
73. You know how long ago that was?
well, that's when they had a huge crash in '73. Big fire, big mess, and and I was hammering. It's when I was talking about that I was in the basic training then. Mexican Stig says it was 53 years ago.
53.
Hey, Danny Boyd's here. Good evening. Mr. Gin. Oh, God. Man. Oh, I'm starting to, oh, that got one spot on my leg got too hot. So, Dean Stevenson, do you see it? I'm not going to sit here and keep doing searches while I'm trying to read this, but does the name Art Pollard mean anything? Do you know when that accident was? Jack Torrance's wife. Yeah, 53 years ago. Kim's not even 53 years old.
Very old.
Danny Boyd says he bought a 4-pack of Mexican Cokes today. Danny Boyd.
Why did you do that?
Maybe he wanted them. Kim wants to know why you did that. Tenerife. You mean the collision? Gee, I mean, that was bad. Yeah, Sweet Savage died in 1973 at Indy 500, but I thought Art Pollard was also in that crash, but I'm not sure. Maybe it was a different accident. Dean Stevenson says, I remember doing crazy shit when I was 3 in 1973. Dean says, or not Dean, Danny Boyd says, haven't had Mexican Cokes in a while. Been drinking Jarritos or Jarritos.
I like them.
What is it called?
I don't know. Jarritos.
Jarritos or Jarritos or Jarritos and Ale 81. I don't know what any of those are. Patrick says, 8 years old, no memories of Art Pollard. Hey, yeah, Danny Boyd, 2747.
Would you bend something for me?
Bend? Okay.
I don't know if you could reach. You could reach.
Open Wheeler, 1973, 05, 12 bucks. Okay, so it was prior to the Indy 500 that he got killed. And it was an Indy car then. Okay, what do you want me to bend, Tim?
Well, first I want you to change camera angles a little bit.
Change cameras so we can see what we're doing.
So they can see what we're doing.
Oops. Okay, we're looking. Yes, but Art Pollard died in '73 Indy. Yeah, but it was wasn't it prior to the race or was it in the race? I don't know. I remember because I was really watching him because he's running a stock block engine, which I thought was really cool. And then he didn't make it, you know. No fault of the engine.
And you, corner to corner, can we see? Mm. Gotta see what they can they see.
Well, they can see that there's a big paper towel in the way.
We're gonna move that.
Put the paper towel on the desk.
All right.
I like having paper towels on the desk.
Sorry guys, I'm more trying to get this situated for you. Do you mind working on this end of the brake? Instead of
Not
that
at
end?
all. I can't reach the lever down there.
Can't you use this lever up here?
They both have to be clamped.
Okay. Well, I can reach the lever.
There's too much crap in the way of the brake.
Okay.
That lever's up a little, which is good. Okay. Show me where you want to bend and how far and which direction.
I want you to bend corner to corner, diagonally.
On this side? This corner. This corner to this corner.
Yeah, yeah.
On this side.
Doesn't matter. I mean, it's the same. So, and I want you to bend it as far as you can, because I have to set the crease and bend it the whole way across. I can set.
Okay. Ready?
Well, I'm trying to get the. Only goes so far.
Oh yeah, because the counterweight hit something else over
It hits the shear. Well, that's okay. That's far enough for me. Thank you.
there.
Lovely. That gets me closer where I need to be. Thank you. Hey, it's almost like we're doing stuff, working. Stuff's getting done. People.
Stuff's getting done.
It's a real thing that happens.
I made like a butterfly out of that. Yeah. Tommy Hanlon's here? Tommy Hanlon's here. Tommy Hanlon from Dublin. Oh, man.
Welcome to the stream.
How's the weather there? Is it cold? Man, it got cold here again.
Dublin, Ohio?
Dublin, Ireland.
Really?
That's far away. It's like not halfway around the world, but it's 6 time zones away, so I guess that's a quarter of the way. That's a quarter of the way around.
Have you ever been to Dublin, Ohio?
Have I ever been to Dublin, Ohio? Probably. I think I've been to everywhere in Ohio. I lived in Ohio for 15 years.
I mean, if you've seen one place in Ohio.
Ohio is, up by the Great Lakes, it does look different than down in the middle of the state and when you get over by Indiana, it starts looking like farmland, like more like Midwest kind of look. Danny Boyd says Dublin is near Columbus. I know I've been to Columbus. Dan, down where you live somewhere, there's a place called, I don't know how far, maybe I've mentioned this before. If I didn't, I meant to. There's a place called Callan Lake. You know where Callan Lake is? Because that's a place where I hung out for a while with some friends. Ohio is an amalgamation of West Virginia and Michigan and Indiana. Dennis Edwards says, Danny Boyd, ever go to the laundromat bar on Vine Street? I always thought a laundromat and a bar together would be a really good business. There's people, they start their laundry and go in there and get drinks. I always thought that would be a great thing. And somebody did it. Is that true? Danny Boyd. Danny Boyd. Sudsy Malone. Many times. But Carvana, how long do you keep a Christmas tree up? We didn't have a Christmas tree this year.
You didn't even pull it out of the closet.
We didn't even. We have a little baby Christmas tree. We didn't even pull it out of the closet. She says. Hey, Ari's here. Hey, how you doing? Hey, did you? I didn't quite. Tim's hammering. I can't talk with him. I know you're trying to work. That's like. Cowan Lake is up north, like Covington or someplace. Cowan Lake is kind of east of Cincinnati, or east of Dayton. Kind of east of Dayton. Not very far east of Dayton either. Ari, did you go back to Rivian, or were you just talking about Rivian the other day? Cutter Down Garage. I would like to travel this year. I'd like to travel this year.
We're going to Nashville to race to drive.
Going to Nashville to drive a race car. You know. Ari says, I used to go to a laundromat that has a separate bar on the back of it. It's also attached to a coin wash. Paradise. It's okay to you. Now, how about a coin car wash and a bar together? I don't know about that.
Coin-operated laundromat tattoo shop.
Coin-operated laundromat and a tattoo shop, Kim says.
That would work. Shit!
You're knocking things over.
I did not.
I saw a lot of stuff.
I didn't knock it over. I kicked it down.
Well, I saw it all fall when you moved.
Yeah.
Luis goes, ha. I think he saw it.
At me?
I think he's laughing at you.
Hey, trying to get work done. That's falling out.
Man, I got to rotate a little bit. I know how to work on coin-op machines some, says Danny Boy. Ari says, I did go back. I got a job in service this time. I'm in Washington State. You moved to Washington State? Ooh, it's cold up there, man. I need to do a proper channel announcement. Washington State. You're like a southern guy, but not southern U.S., but southern South. Warmth. San Diego. Warmth. He moved to Washington State.
Man, he's questioning his life choices about right now. Man, freezing.
Yeah, Luis goes, yes. So he did see what happened. He went, it's still open, I'm pretty sure. I saw Weezer there. Guess Who? Butthole Surfers, all kinds of punk shows. Oh, this is hot. Oh, this is a place that Danny Boyd used to go. Ari says, high RPM, Jim. Cutter Down Garage. Dean Stevenson says, Cutter Down Garage. No one has figured out that Buff and Kimbergini have stolen your content. We stole her. Whose content did he steal? What, did he trip over some big old thing? I don't know.
Stealing your content by being in
Ari says, Mexican Spec, yeah, I work overnight mobile service. You know, there's a choice he made. Stay in the southern part of California. You're going to make noise. I can't talk. Okay, I can't be in that camera. There's a choice we made, Ari. Stay in Southern California and work on Audis, or go to Washington and work on Rivians. Oh, and then they want to know, Mexican Spec wants to know if he took both trucks and the Dart up there. Oh, man, how do you move all of it? That's the thing about moving is all the vehicles. When I moved here, moving the vehicles was one of the hardest parts. I bought a 33-foot trailer, equipment trailer, to move the Studebaker and move cars and equipment and everything. And I made 4 trips with that trailer with a friend of mine pulling it. And the deal was, 2 trips I gave him the trailer, then it was his, then I paid him to make 2 more trips. Man, I didn't think it was going to take 4 trips to get, well, it took 4 trips, and then I took 2 trips in my Mazda with a big old thing and a trailer or something. Oh, in the van with a trailer, another trip in my van with a trailer behind it. Crazy.
Yep.
Straight bullet. A bunch of broken down Audis sitting at the dealership now. Yeah. Danny Boyd says that's one state I plan on never setting foot in. What, Washington? I mean, I'll go anywhere like short term, as long as I know I'm not having to stay there. I don't want to go north. If anything, it's going to be south and west if I ever move again, but I won't. I got to go to a warmer place. I'm sitting in here in front of a heater and got a wood stove going, trying to stay warm.
Yeah.
When I was in Ohio, I had my own little shop for a while. When I had that shop, I spent everything I made, except just a little bit I ate, on rent and heat. And the heat was the biggest bill I had. And all my profit went into keeping warm. That's ridiculous, you know? Never doing that again.
But nobody knew. Everybody looks at real estate in Pittsburgh. They're like, it's so cheap here.
It's so cheap here. It's like Memphis. Memphis, the real estate's really cheap.
I wonder what?
Mexican Spec, I'm going to be shipping cars to Long Beach, and then they will pick them up and deliver them to the client. Well, that's pretty good. Dean Stevens says darts are for smoking.
I wonder if there's some factor that it plays into the cheapness that we have not considered.
Danny Boyd says Washington, Oregon, and California, probably never California again. The whole left coast, man, you don't want to go there. You know, I go there, but I don't hang out there much. I still have, my sister still lives in California. You know, I had work in Oregon for a while, but that whole test site up there is, they've moved it to Yuma again. So if I ever go to work for them again, except they want me to go to work. They also have a place in northern part of Indiana, way up in Indiana in the wintertime. Oh my God, I didn't do it. Miserable Ohio. I'm getting tired of cold weather. I think finally that's what Danny Boyd says. Yeah, I was in Northeast Ohio, and 15 years of that cold. I said, that's enough. That's enough. I did my cold. Mexican Spec says, Danny Boyd, we have Cuban cigars here legally. What's this? Cutter Down Garage says Sawzall Chop Top Jeep. What is that?
Was that the thing we stole?
I don't know.
Probably.
Well, we didn't chop the top. We shortened the top.
We made it into a ute.
We're making it into a pickup.
And I think that it's been done. I can't really.
Ari says, I'm surprised at how well I do with the cold. Oh, that's good. How cold is it? Oh, and you're doing service work like outside? You go outside and go around and service vehicles? Ooh. I almost took a job here servicing vehicles. and I was going to go to work for the guy, Kim. Yeah. And then he says, well, when you start here, you do all service work. You get the service truck. And I said, I don't think I'm interested.
You didn't want the service truck?
No, outside, looking all winter and here, no. I already got a Tic Tac ad. Tic Tac race. Tic Tac ad. 2 points. And Mexican Spec says, where is it? It's scrolling by too fast. Harry, how many calls do you get a night? Second question, is you able to fix them? Cut her down. I've been using the flat disc so much elbow grease, they end up being worn down 5/8 washer. Soldata says short and top indeed. Yeah, we went from a 4-door to a 2-door. Short 2-door. So also went to a shit ton of concerts. It was like 2 miles from where I grew up. Stray Bullet says Vivian, I think he means Rivian, doesn't have a shop to work in. And get some Pendleton shirts. Dennis Edwards, now it's in Cincinnati. Really crazy now. It's a crazy shit now. Stray Bullet says he's confused. Shop is closed at night, but they offer service 24 hours, I guess. And so it's not that many, but okay, so they're talking about all these places they went. Of a Northridge, but in California. Dean Stevenson, oh, bad word, Barracuda. Where's that? What did I miss? I don't know. I'm sorry. It's scrolling by, and when Kim's grinding, I can't talk.
Oh, I don't have to grind. I could just go to the house.
No. I just. That's what happens. I miss chat, and it's because I'm sitting here.
Too loud to read.
Well, but I'm in the middle of a thought, and so I'm gonna talk, and I stop, and then I get mixed up.
You're doing great. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. You're doing good.
I'm trying to stay warm. I'm freezing.
It's freaking cold. I think maybe we just ain't getting.
See where I'm like this? The front of me stays warm, but then my back's getting cold. Oh, I see what you did. Oh, how'd you bend this? You bent that over something? You didn't use your teeth. So about a 17222 Osborne Street, Northridge, California. Don't know what that is.
Northern California, where
Kim is not focusing on the side rail. She kind of, see, at the same time, we're working on a turbo for this thing, and she's making this exhaust manifold that it's 2 sections that come together, but there's a flex joint in there because there's expansion and contraction, and what happens is they crack. So she's making an expansion joint in the middle where
so it won't crack.
So it won't crack, and that's where the exhaust is gonna eventually go to the turbo, and so she's working on that. Paul Pajui, hello again. Yeah, they say they look a lot better than a Cybertruck. You're talking about the Rivians. Rivian's a decent looking vehicle. The Cybertruck, that's a odd one. I don't know. They went Cybertruck crazy, and then now they've got, I guess, too many of them. Jeez, I don't know what happened. I don't know. What a thing. Fly by wire.
Everybody excited about it with pre-orders, but then when it came time to deliver, it wasn't what they promised, so people backed out.
Well,
it wasn't as fast. It didn't have the range. It wasn't as bulletproof. It was rusty. It wasn't stainless. It was stuff that rust. It had sharp edges. It was just not what they promised. The product.
Well, can you imagine the engineering they put into that Cybertruck?
They did, I'm sure.
Hey, when I see people,
but they overpromised. They overpromised, and they charged people for the product that they were promising. But then when it came out, they underdelivered, and that's a recipe for disaster. They got what happens when you do that. You can't promise the world and then deliver a piece.
So they say, yeah, Cybertruck's like $50K now. There's a few of them running around here. One of them's black. Maybe two of them are black. And then there's, I don't know, there's two black. I don't even know if there's a silver one around here.
Who buys a new car with no paint? I'm allowed to wash it. Don't take it through the car. Like, what?
And Pit Snipe's here. Did you just get here? He was in Mexican Specs earlier, so I don't know if he was here or not. I'm sorry. I'm losing track of who's here.
I really don't know. But thanks to everyone who's here, visiting, stop in for a little bit. You don't have to stay the whole time.
Let's see. Paul Pachuti says Cybertruck looks like it came from Mad Max.
I mean, some people like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting thing, but it's kind of expensive and kind of not. What are you going to use it for? I mean, it's like cool the first day you have it.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, look at me. I got one of these.
Friends, but then what?
Yeah, then it becomes your car you got to use.
Yeah, and then you have a huge payment, huge insurance.
Oh, the insurance I've heard is bad.
What's like $100,000 vehicle? If you get into an accident, you know how much it costs to fix those things?
I don't think you can fix them.
You could buy a replacement cheaper than a used replacement cheaper than you can buy to fix it. Yeah. Can you imagine the body work on flat stainless steel panels?
You replace them.
You replace them, the whole thing.
Well, I've seen some of them apart where they've torn them apart, yeah. and the what's underneath the engineering is amazing. But
I believe that I mean, I'm not surprised of that, but they promised a lot.
Yeah. Let's see here. What do they make in the Bloomington, Illinois Rivian plant? Former Mitsubishi. Ari was there for a while. He was at that plant for a while.
I don't know. He might not be allowed to say.
Well, he might be able to say what they do. I don't know. Do they produce stuff there, or do they do R&D there? I don't know. I think they did R&D where he was in California.
All right, I got to put a couple little tack welds on this. Tack weld the whole thing on. Don't know yet.
Danny Boy says, going to put Mexican Coke in the fridge for Steve Lato's live tomorrow.
Well,
I want one now, but it would keep me up. Yeah, Kim gets upset with me when I start drinking stuff with caffeine late in the evening. Because then I'm going to be up all night.
Well, then you're up all night. Then you're mad about it.
Then I sleep for 2 or 3 hours in the morning.
You drank a bunch of caffeine. What did you expect?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to buy stuff without caffeine.
Except
I still buy stuff with caffeine.
Try and get you some of both. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Dean Stevens says, Turbo Solid Rocket Booster. Hey, Dean, you know what a Turbonique? Look up Turbonique.
Everybody knows what Turbonique is.
Do they?
Yeah.
You know what a Turbonique is? No. That was before you were born. Where's my? I had a thing. Yeah. I don't want a farm. I just want a tractor. My grandfather, my mother's side of the family, he was not a farmer, but he had a farm and he had a tractor because he wanted a tractor. Stray bullet, bring back the turbinique. Yeah, no kidding. Well, Ari says they make the Rivian R1T, R1S trucks in the old Mitsubishi plant, as well as the electric delivery vans. How are the electric delivery vans working out? I mean, I've seen them around. What's this Danny boy? Heck, I want a lawn tractor and a bunch of pulleys. Pulleys? I've got a lawn tractor. I like my little garden tractor. Use it a lot. Have people stopped attacking Tesla dealerships and cars? Now, what a bunch of nut cases those were. Gee, they are a great accent.
Whoa, the crazy Mad Max bullshit. I don't know why you would attack a car dealer or car manufacturer. That would make sense.
Yeah, car dealer, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No, no, not at
They
all.
stop, but it's probably only temporary.
Who wants to go to jail attacking for burning Teslas? Who wants to go to jail for that? That doesn't make any sense. None. You got to be empty-headed. That's propaganda. And to get sucked into some stupid thing like that is nuts.
Danny boy, you still have the expensive ones down there. I don't know what they're talking about.
What?
Stevenson's got rockets. And I don't know. I've lost track of what's going on.
Sometimes it happens as you age.
Danny boy, we should go protest at the Chevy dealer since they dropped the Camaro again.
That's right.
Protest at the dealership.
Turn it down. Burn down.
What is that? Oh, there's some kind of new smell. Paint?
Yeah, it's a different metal.
Oh, it's grinding paint off of something.
No, it's burning the paint with the weld.
Oh, okay, okay. It's not like not spraying new paint, it's old paint burning.
It's old paint burning.
Berm B, Laverne Heavy Power Equipment Sales.
Mo Parquet. Hi, Mo Parquet.
Oh, where did Mo Parquet pop in? Where did I say? Oh, there she is.
She says they're about to go to Georgia. That's awesome. What's in Georgia, Mo Parquet?
That's 2 states over for her.
Yeah. How's the weather, Mo Parquet? It got cold here.
It's getting cold again. You know, at the beginning of the stream, I wanted to go get my. I had to take the lawn tractor down to the house. I was going to bring a case of water up here. It was easy to take the tractor. Well, I went out there to get on the seat, but there was water on the seat, so I grabbed a bunch of paper towels to clean it off. I'm wiping it off. It won't wipe off. It's because it wasn't water. It was ice. It's like this thick of ice. So it's like, oh, okay. I'm not going to sit on the ice. So I walked down there. But, yeah, it got cold here again. Enough, we got ice again.
Mo Parquet's road tripping for Mopar parts. I do. I always, every time I see the parts that I want, they're always either on the West Coast or down in Georgia. It's like, that's a long way.
Well,
Driving 9 hours one way to get some motor parts, it's like, I can't do it.
Who's the guy here that's got all the Mopar parts and he's partway across Tennessee?
In Crossville. Crispy Critters.
Crispy Critters in Crossville. But everything there is so rusty. But, you know, there's things on cars that don't rust. So, yeah, we found a set of doors over there I wanted, but I would have had to rebuild the whole bottom of the door because they were all...
bumpers and brackets for the Duster, and who knows what else he has. Okay, well, good luck, Mo Parquet. I hope you find the right stuff for your car. I mean, it's not super rare, but it's like sometimes it can be really hard to find the right stuff. 9 hours is a little stretch. I mean, that's a long stretch. That's a big old... If you have 2 people to share the driving and you spend a night before you come back, it's not horrible, but that's all expensive. And
Ari says it's a delivery van with a heated steering wheel. Remember, we stopped shortly after I got my car. We're like 10 minutes from where we bought it. We pulled into a parking lot, big empty parking lot, and we had to do some work on the car. And while we were in there, one of those Rivian delivery vans came in and turned around and went the other way or something. But it was real quiet. And I pointed out to Kim, I said, hey, look at that. Man. Straight Bullet says, I see that Chevrolet has a new electric step van now. And I don't know why they're doing this. 9 hours is a little stretch. What are you driving over there in?
Maybe your husband's Dodge truck?
Oh, they have a truck. That's right.
He got a truck. I don't know. Is he having good luck? Is his truck ready? Bermby says Johan Mopar model kits were bomb.
Oh man, I had the 3 I bought were the 3 I liked. I bought some others sometimes, but usually not. AMT, MPC, and Johan. Johan were the best ones, but they didn't have the selection AMT and MPC had. So, but that was in the 60s and the 70s. Most of my model cars I bought between 1960 and 1970, probably during those 10 years. And probably most of those were in the late 60s.
Mopar K says they're going in the Dodge truck. Well, do like Ari says and check your fluids before you go. Make sure you got oil and coolant and everything in her. And those are a good ride. They're nice. They're big. They're solid to drive on the highway. So that'll be good. I hope you have fair weather.
Yeah, Ari would check your fluids. You know, the second annual No Name Nationals, we took Kim's van, and the first annual one we drained her coolant out. Her antifreeze, because she couldn't run it on the track. We replaced it with water. So we got finished, and we drained the water out and put the antifreeze back in, because we saved it. So the second annual, No Name Nationals were driving over there, and the van's so low on coolant that it overheats, and we got to stop. And Kim went down to some creek and got bottles of water, brought it back up. And I was thinking about Ari. I'm thinking, man, check your fluids. We took off on a trip without checking our fluids. I don't think we've done that since then.
Foolish that we are. Mopar cases, it takes her husband a little nudge to get things going. Well, not every, and some people are like that. In the winter, it's a little harder for me to get going. In the summer, I'm gung ho. Other people are very even keeled, but it's like the low edge of even keel. And other people are like always go 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 go, and it's just a personality type.
I was just thinking about something. My first Johan model.
I'm always giving him the boot. Come on, let's get
going.
Go.
My mind's still on models here. My first Johan model was the first edition Chrysler Turbine car, and then I had several of them after that I bought that were later editions. But some of them I just kept for a long time and sold and got a bunch of money for them. But the first one was that was the first Johan kit I had. It was a really nice kit. Doors open, it was really good. Anyway, I've been in a car, 73 Sedan DeVille, overheated on I-75, and we stopped and got water from a creek to put it. Yeah, Kim took the camera down there with her, of course, and it was a pretty good sized creek, and it was really clean water. And she goes, "Well, isn't that good?" Well, I mean, compared to most creeks, it was pretty nice.
Project is never finished. That's right. Mean Street Mopar, welcome to the stream. Finish your projects. So just keep working on your projects. They're never done, but just don't let things. I don't know if that's what you want to do.
Dean Stevenson said he got a banned New Zealand advertisement or advertisement.
Oh, well, you get 2 points then.
It's banned. I don't know if he really got that or not.
Pitt says, "Don't judge me. I got projects everywhere, but money nowhere. We try and do things on a shoestring budget because we don't have a lot of money. So when we run out of money, we go in like I'm welding on this thing. Okay. And the only expense we have in working on this manifold is I had to fill the tank with gas to keep things going.
For this project, what have we bought? And I don't mean the stuff we bought years ago that's sitting around here. I mean, what have we bought new for this? There's 2 things I can think of.
Just the steel.
Those pieces of steel, which was like $65,
I bought the steel for the trailing edge.
Oh, the steel for the trailing edge.
We spent almost $100 in steel when I went and got all that stuff.
So we spent $160-something in steel, and we bought welding gas.
Yeah.
The rest of this, we haven't even bought new Sawzall blades.
No, this is a scavenge project. Like we had all this stuff piled up waiting to do it. I don't know. Not a whole lot else. The bed framing was already here.
Yeah, got bed frame. Yeah, we're using some of the steel. We're using. It's not the angle bed framing. That stuff's hard as nails and it doesn't weld. It's some box tubing. There was some used in a bed.
Welding wire and elbow grease. Whole gallon tub of elbow grease.
Where's this? Dennis Edwards. It's not really nice, just all original. 56 Cushman scooter was my pop's.
56 Cushman. Whoa.
Who was it brought the Cushman to No Name Nationals this year? Had a Hemi in it?
That wasn't a Cushman. It was was it a Cushman?
I think it was.
It used to be a 3-wheeler. They put a frame under it and put a 440.
Frame under it. What was it? Had a Hemi in it?
No, I had 440.
A 440 in it.
I think.
That's insane.
Half my projects are heavy equipment governed by someone else's budget. Yeah, that'll do it. A little at a time.
Oh, God.
The life of a hobby mechanic is push a little this way, push a little that way, push a little this way. I needed a day off from this body work, pounding on stuff, and we did weld a nice little frame in there and got that rail up on that side of the car. It looked good. Are you going to put that video out tonight?
I'm going to try to put a video out tonight. I just ran out of time before I came up here. For everybody that wasn't here, I want to show what we've been doing. So you've got a lot of hammer and dolly work on that metal on the edge.
It look crooked. This.
And then tack welded that piece of box tubing in there. That'll be the top of the bed.
This rail is fixed in here now.
And that is level with the car level. Because actually the fender kind of tapers down to the taillight, but you don't notice that when you're looking at it. It's such a square, boxy looking car, but it does taper down. So
yeah, it's a little.
So that's.
We're gonna have to build the tailgate up so that it comes up to this rail, or at least that's the plan. We wouldn't have to do it, but I think that's what we want.
So anyway, that's what we've been doing the last few days. And you know what?
You envy our hobby mechanics?
Wow. Sincerely, I ain't got Kim and Buck's fab skills. You know what? Kim's got good fab skills. I don't know what she's fabricated in the past, but I've only known Kim for almost 3 years? A little over 3 years.
Mean Street Mopar says Charger 383 Mopar brought the Cushman with the 440 in it. You get 2 points for knowing that guy's name. Thanks for filling us in. This is a really cool product.
Well, he's here. He's here.
Who?
Mean Street Mopar.
No, but Charger 383.
Oh, do you know who brought it? Oh man.
Well, I'm glad you feel like we're doing something that's worthy of emulation. I don't know if we're not just hacking this poor car up.
You know,
trying.
Talking about shop skills. The first airplane I built, I'd never built an airplane before. I just decided I want to do it, and I didn't have much money. And I bought some tubing, so I put money on that. But a lot of the stuff, I worked with a guy that was building airplanes, and he had all these little scraps of tubing, and I welded them together to make longer pieces. But I didn't use that on critical parts. I used that on things like to hold the instrument panel and stuff like that. But I did it on the cheap, and this was that was, trying to think of when that was. 1988, 89, probably 1989. And I had $2,700 in that airplane when I finished it. It's all the money I had in it. And I got a guy gave me an engine that was no good, but we fixed it, you know. It was a single cylinder 2-cycle engine. And I bought a new propeller. I bought a used propeller. I don't know, I bought a few things, but I didn't have that much money in that airplane. And I flew it all over the place. Flew it from coast to coast. Flew it from California to Florida and back. And I flew it up to Washington.
Well, he didn't revive an airplane. He built it from scratch.
I built it from scratch.
He invented the airplane.
It was the first one of that design. I had help.
He designed
and
built it.
I had input on the design, but I didn't.
Of course you did.
I didn't design that airplane. That was the.
Did you build it from some plans?
No, there's a guy that was building things called Laughing Gulls, and this one was similar. It had, instead of being a strutted airplane with wings with dihedral, it had a straight wing, and it was very tiny, and it had a little full flying tail, which is where the whole tail moves, and that was kind of my thing. But he really worked out a lot of the stuff. I learned a lot from the guy, and then I paid attention and read, and I started designing airplanes. So built it and flew it. That's every time I did a first flight on a plane, I never worried about it. I get on the ground, and then later in the evening, I'd be thinking about it. I'd go, man, that was stupid. an airplane and go fly it if you design it and build it. But then, I don't know, after a while, you just do it. Straight wing like a Cessna Citation. No, Cessna Citation has dihedral like this. I don't mean straight like no sweep. I mean like the wings on an airplane. I'm the airplane. These are the wings. They go a little like this. That's called dihedral. And this one was a high wing airplane, and it was straight, no dihedral. So it was one piece wing. I only had to build one wing that way, and I bolted it on the top. And if you look at the Titan Tornado, is kind of an outgrowth of that airplane. And if you look at a Titan Tornado, you'll see it's a one-piece wing that's straight across. And because it's a high-wing airplane, it really doesn't need dihedral to be stable. And it worked quite well. There's like almost 600 of those out there. And then the military bought a bunch of them to make unmanned aircraft on, which is how I ended up being in the drone business because of that airplane.
Thank you, Mexican Spec. Mexican Spec put up a link to Mean Street Mopar.
Oh,
he's another
good.
content creator who frequents our pays us visits. And like Mexican Spec said in our earlier chat, I am reading Mexican Spec. I just can't shout it all out all the time. But Mexican Spec suggests that if you watch his content, then next year you'll know who he is, which is cool. That's a really cool thing about being in a content creator group like this and the No Name Nationals event, is that we all hopefully can get to know each other.
It says that we get about talking about airplanes to be here till sunrise. Yeah, I spent most of my life doing something with airplanes, but I did spend a lot of time with cars too. But yeah, the airplanes. That was really my thing. Hey, Daniel Morrissey's here. You're coming in late. Yeah, we're not going to be around much longer tonight. Oh, a lot of flooding around North Bay, California, Marin, Sonoma County.
They got rain.
What county are you in? I know you're in Petaluma, but I don't know what county that is. I've been there. When I was at Travis Air Force Base, it wasn't too far from there. So I'd go over there sometimes. I had a friend with a 58 Corvette, and we'd go for rides in that thing.
Welcome in, Old Path. Was Old Path Fabrication here before?
I did not see Old Path Fabrication here. Welcome.
Stray Bullet's confused.
Now I'm confused again. Why are you confused again?
Kay does not have an airplane. I don't know if she has a Cushman.
How do you
test an airplane? Not all about Kay. I know she's here right now.
How do you test an airplane after reviving? You do a very thorough pre-flight. You make sure everything works the way it's supposed to, and then you climb in it, and you go for a ride. It's called the first flight, and the fun one, which I've only done one of, was first flight on a new type, which means it's not only a new airplane, it's a new design. And I did one of those. Titan Tornado, I did the first flight on that one. First flight, new type. And that first little one that I built, I let the guy that did a lot of the design work, he did the first flight, came out and landed, he goes, take it for a ride, you'll like it. And I got in it and I flew it. So I did the second flight on it. It had 10 minutes on it and I flew it. Daniel Morrissey, my favorite is an F-16. I've never flown an F-16. They are pretty nice, and a lot of fighter pilots like them. They're well liked by fighter pilots. Danny Boyd, Concorde. I'd love to fly a Concorde. That's over.
My mom had AMC Concorde.
Dennis Edwards says, I'll stick with a Piper Cub. I went for a ride one time in a Piper Cub. But my first airplane I rode in was a Piper Tri-Pacer, and the guy let me fly it. And man, I was like 14 years old, and maybe I was 13, maybe I was 14. That changed my life. That changed my life. Like, man, I got to do this. Pitt says Wayne Newton's Challenger that wouldn't get off the ground, the actual baby grand piano that he insisted upon. What? I don't know about that. Wayne Newton. See, I knew Wayne Newton's pilot, and they had a Cessna Citation that they flew back and forth between San Luis Obispo, California, and Las Vegas. And in the San Luis Obispo area, Wayne Newton had a bunch of Arabian horses. So I never met Wayne Newton, but I knew the pilot. So Wayne Newton, one night or one day, I mean, the show came on at night. I don't remember what station it was on, what network, but Wayne Newton flew all these people around in a helicopter, in his helicopter, showing them his property. And the pilot the next day is, oh my God, we got to get him a license. He's not checked out in that thing, and they're going to come after him because he flew all these reporters around. Because he just flies the thing with no certification, you know. So they had to get him up to speed legally in the helicopter real quick. But they had a Citation, and they had a Piper Cheyenne. They had some pretty nice airplanes, but I don't know anything about the Challenger. I don't know anything about that. Maybe you know something about it. I don't know. Let's see, what sort of plane was Jim Backus flying? And It's a Mad World. That was a cool. What was he flying? Was that the one where he's sitting down under the wing with the high, with the wheels next to him? Was that who was flying that one? That thing was called. There was an ultralight that was designed. I'm gonna have to look that up. I can't remember. But there was an ultralight that was just like that. That people flew around a lot. You know, the ultralighters. Danny Boyd, first plane I rode on was probably a prop passenger plane. Daniel Morrissey, AMC Concord cars were cute, Tim. I liked the Concords. I liked all AMC. Excuse me. I liked all AMC cars after about 1963 or 4, when they quit looking like turds. Or the old ones with those little fins that went out like this. They looked like boxes, and the windows went backwards. And oh my God, looked like some kind of ordnance vehicle. Wade Newton had a Challenger that he had built by Duncan Aviation. He insisted upon the baby grand piano and some real marble countertops. Was delivered on his birthday in Lincoln. Oh, I don't know anything about that. Oh my God. No, I see. He had the Arabian horses over on the coast, so I knew about that operation. I did a lot of work for him. That's when I had the radiator shops. So I did a lot of work. It was what's the name of it? Green Gate Farms was the name of the Arabian horse place, and they had a lot of vehicles, and I did all their radiator work, radiator and fuel tank work. Man, I'll tell you what. Some places you do work for, and they don't pay on time. Wayne Newton, you do work for Wayne Newton, you send him a bill, and you got a check like the next day or second day, whatever it takes to mail. They were the first ones to pay the bill every month. That's the kind of customer you want, you know. Somebody that brings you a lot of work and they pay their bills. Never say anything bad about that guy. Let's see, Mo Parquet of Mean Street says, Aston Mo Parquet. I also couldn't find any parts for it around where I live. It has 7 1/4 rear end. Just recently got an 8 3/4 rear end and 4-speed with a V8 bell housing. And nice. Dennis Edwards saying yes to Danny Boyd. I'm not sure what that was about. Oh, I've never been in a 747 either, and I want to. I've been all over in 747s. Danny Boyd, I may have flown on a Convair 88 or 990. It's a turbo fan. 990 was one of, other than the Concorde, it was the fastest airliner ever built. Although the DC-8, they did take a DC-8 supersonic during its flight testing. They went like Mach 1.01 or something in a dive, a shallow dive, and they did do that, but it wasn't supposed to be doing that, but they did it for some reason. But the 880 and 990, there was the 990 that was the fastest one, but it had it just was Didn't work well for maintenance reasons. I could get into a lot about it. Okay, Ralph Bond. Good evening. Rest of Beast. Lucky P-38 Lightning plane that my uncle piloted back in the day. Yeah, that was a Kelly Johnson design. Kelly Johnson, man. I mean, he was the P-38 and the what was the P-80 became the F-80 Shooting Star. What else did he do? Well, of course, the two he's really known well for are the U-2 and the SR-71. I mean, that guy was something. He's the greatest airplane designer ever. It says they couldn't get that pig off the runway, so Duncan rented him a couple of jets to get his party to New York City, then Paris. See, I don't know anything about that stuff. Yeah, he had the guy that was his pilot and did all Arabian horse stuff. His name was Jay Stream. Jay Stream, he passed away a few years ago, but man, that was a top-notch operation. I work for guys like that anytime. They're great customers. I had other customers that paid on time, but not like that. But Wayne spent a lot of money at Duncan. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that whole part of that. Kenny Boyd saying, "You're Garber Road in Old Salem, so we always got jets over the house. They were loud back then, 70s. Well, so you used to get Emery jets at 4 in the morning. I know some guys here from Riverside, they're just off base. Is that like me, like I'm just off base? I'm not quite with it. Oh, man. Okay, we've been here 2 hours and 48 minutes. Oh, Daniel Morrissey, has anyone ever seen a Talbot car? We had one at Point Reyes Station, California, Marin County on the coast. What is a Talbot? Talbot? Oh, it looks like Talbot, but it's Talbot. You know who's going to know about that? Dean Stevenson. Took some great pics of Air Force Two, seemed very low. Inspector Bruce is back. Had to leave for a while. Welcome back. I was at Duncan Aviation. We were under federal investigation for the Brooke Behringer crash of a J3 Piper Cub that was owned by a partner of Duncan Aviation. We were a jet facility. Yeah, I don't know much about Duncan Aviation. Well, let's see. We've been here for almost 3 hours, and it's cold in here. Well, it isn't that cold according to the thermometer, but it sure feels cold. It's Are you ready to go home?
I am.
You are.
Yeah, you guys have been a great audience. We appreciate having you here. You've entertained the Buff Del Campo. Hopefully we have provided you some visual and or brain stimulation.
Daniel says, "Hi, Inspector Bruce. Get your rowboat ready." Man, in San Luis Obispo, it flooded one time, 1973, early in 73, before I went in the Air Force. It flooded. It was in January. It flooded, and I had a fiberglass radiator test tank that didn't have any water in it. So we got in it. We were out there floating around the intersection, and we had a hoe that we straightened out to scrape grease off the floor, and we had that hoe out there, and we were pushing that, digging that into the street to move ourselves around. So, yeah. floating around the street because of rain so hard.
Be safe. Rising storm waters can be incredibly dangerous.
Yeah, be careful.
Get to higher ground. Evacuate if you're told to evacuate. Get someplace safe. Stay warm.
Yep.
Guys, sitting on your ass won't finish your project, as Pudding says. And thank you, everyone, for being here. You've all made it to the end. I'm going to award you an additional 5 points for sticking around for the 3 hours. We got a little bit done, but we actually had a very productive day. I got a little bit done before we started, and I did a little more on the Turbo del Campo.
Yeah, the turbo part. The turbo part.
That's bling, major bling there.
So, take care, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night. We'll be here Tuesday.